Hello and welcome to the School of Nerdcraft and Energy. I am your headmaster, Magic Sheep, and this is Magic Academy. Welcome in. So glad to see you guys once again on this beautiful Tuesday. Happy 4th of July and all the things. Last episode, you were had just gotten back to Astoria, and you were kind of tired from your trip from the necropolis. As you come back to Astoria, the first thing that you guys went out to do was to speak to Vulcan, the god of the forge, to ask a few questions about what is going on, and to specifically get to Diana's Stimfay, a beautiful bird, who at this current moment is a very tiny little bird of mechanical wings that they are able to use and recall. From there, you guys set out back south towards the southern part of the rivers, out the main gate of Astoria, looking for the Basilisk's cave to identify exactly where they were coming from. Using the information that you would gather from the Beastmaster. Why do I always get acid reflex right when I do this? I get stressed. Right up to this point, you were going down the southern entrance to the streams, and you were looking for the Basilisk Cave. You found the Basilisk Cave, and then decided to yeet your meat in the cave.
I was hoping you wouldn't bring that up.
How could I not? It was a glorious.
There
10
was
minutes
about
of eating meat.
How dare you do that as I take a sip of my drink?
I watched that too.
Doofus, you missed basically us losing our minds as Magic described the meat plopping into the cave with a moist thud in a dark hole.
I was not leave you alone for one session.
What you left for one session.
It was amazing, and in a new attempt of ingenuity, you guys decided to throw it in there. Little did you know that I planned the cave to be very deep. It was very deep, and your meat did not go very far. So Tatiana decided to risk themselves being able to see in the dark.
Can you come pick me up?
Oh my god.
I don't want to do the stream anymore.
I love this.
I gotta go. I quit. Find a new artist.
I quit and find a new artist.
Oh man. And amazing. And Tatiana sacrificed himself, going down into the cave with
Wait, what?
Yes, I sacrificed myself.
well, you made it out alive, but decided to be the one that would be in danger and go down into the cave, exploring about 120 feet down the cave, plopping little segments of meat along the way. I didn't mean that one. That was not on purpose. You look for the basilisk and try to lure them out. Tatiana makes it across the bridge, casting a silent spell. You are able to make it across very quietly, this rickety bridge. And as the basilisks spot you, you start running away, knowing that the basilisks are much slower than you. You are able to make it back to the entrance of the cave as everyone readies their weapons and their spells. Very quickly, as the two came out, Calyx was able to very quickly and successfully petrify one of the basilisks with a dinner platter. As the rest of the team wrestled and killed the last basilisk, the encounter was done very quickly. This seemingly pair of basilisks. Upon going deeper into the cave with the whole group, Kreia and Adrian holding on to the tails of people because they can't see in the dark, they went into the depths of the cave and looked around to see that there was nothing else there for them. This pair, or this small family, had taken up in this cave, and there wasn't a large mass amount of them. Then you guys all took some time to debate the meaning of family, while Tatiana repeatedly pointed to the exit and took a swim in the river. And you guys decided to head back up north while scouting out caves along the way, looking for anything suspicious. As you get back into Astoria, you decide to check out the Rock of Estor. And what turned into, let's check this out, turned into how can we touch it and look at it, to I'm going to climb it and then say that I'm king of the hill.
That is not how that went, you motherfucker.
I'm pretty much vaguely, that's how I remember it.
That is not how that went. It was, let's go take a look. Oh, you guys need to create some kind of spectacle. Because everybody knows who you are, so clearly we must create some kind of spectacle. And then some quick thinking on Kreia and Adrian's part.
Adrian, who wasn't here.
Quick thinking that didn't really pan out the way it was supposed to.
Nope.
Amazingly voice acted by Kreia. Went back went back and you guys decided to play King of the Hill on the rock, catching the attention of...
It's King of the Rock for Mulan.
King of the Rock.
I'm the King of the Rock, and there ain't nothing you girls can do about
it.
Drawing attention, the crowd started to notice that the heroes of the so-called prophecy were on the rock. And listen, they have thoughts. You've not asked people. And you find yourself drawing more and more attention before Gaius himself ends up coming to the attention of you all.
Ah, yes, asshole McAsshole face. I remember him well.
Very
add to my notes. Asshole McAsshole face.
Astute and ready. He was able to reconcile a deal with you that you will take the place, all 5 of you, in the sacrifice to Sidon on behalf of Princess Anora. That basically at the end of it, you gathered that it is not necessarily about blood or about the type, but purely about a political move to enhance Sidon's influence in the coming days as the Oath of Peace draws closer and closer to an end. Adrian, we did not talk about the armor that he so-called has. So just so that you are aware that even though your character did encounter him, that did not talk about that. And then you guys were left with 21 hours, right? 21 hours to reconcile with whatever you needed to. Devise a plan if you wanted to try to, and save the princess from their doom, although they are also very much willing to do it themselves. And that's where we start today. Setting on the outskirts of the southern gate, we see the 5 players, you 5, huddled around, talking about the events that had just happened as the large crowd that had gathered much dispersed back into the town.
Okay, so we've got a lot of options. This is not a hopeless thing. I think we can get out of this. I think we can get out of it. Not easily. This is not gonna be easy, guys. Let me just tell you that much. Not gonna be easy, but we're gonna get through it, and we're gonna get through it together because we're a goddamn team. So
all in this together.
You hush, God. Anyways.
Why is the sky singing?
Chris screams at the sky, shakes their fist.
Listen, have you gotten into my... Did you get into the special pocket of my bag, Adrian?
I'm not supposed to, because last time my brain stopped.
Yeah. So you know you hear things from the sky, I get worried. So we have a lot of things that we can do. There are lots of plans, lots of things. Basilisks are dead. That means we only have to deal with the harpies and the soldiers. So that's one less thing to worry about. Our first obstacle number 1 is getting out of these chains. Diana, you mentioned something before about going to see Vulcan and possibly asking Vulcan questions about the chains. I think that's a good idea. I'm worried he's going to say that they're just chains, but I think we need to ask anyways.
I mean, it might be worth anyone who makes craft knows some kind of weakness, or maybe, if you hit just right on this pressure point or something like that.
Yeah. But if you have contingencies.
Adrian's slowly gonna pull his thieves' tools out. Do you think I can work with these?
Yes, I think we absolutely can work with those. So, if we can create we need to make sure that the 5 of us are lining ourselves up in a specific order to get manacled. I need to be at the end. Adrian needs to be I need to be the last. Adrian needs to be third. The rest of the order doesn't really matter. We kind of have 2 options for ways to go for distraction. We can utilize Diana's Stimfey, I'm getting ahead of myself. We need a distraction so that I can possibly minor illusion it to look like Adrian is manacled. And if we can distract him and confuse him long enough, like get him to look away, look back and be like, oh, I guess I already did this one, and move on to the next one, then we've got somebody who's can pick locks. Absolutely. And then get the rest of us out.
Does anyone else have some kind of distraction spell? If make a loud noise or something like that, or
I'm really good at screaming.
No, you need to. From you. We need to. He needs to specifically not look at you. So there are a couple of ways we can go about this. Diana Stimfey can, do a bird thing and be distracting as a bird. Birds can be very distracting. The other thing we can do is, and I think Tatiana specifically would be very good at this. Whoever is in that first position can be, when he's about to do Adrian's, can be like, excuse me, you didn't do this right? So and basically just berate him.
Tatiana is quite good at berating people, this is true.
Tatiana's a badass. And yeah, so berate the guy into then he has to come fiddle with yours, and then that could also create enough of a distraction to have him turn away long enough that he doesn't see the minor illusion of the manacles.
I think this is a smart idea. Is there anybody we wish to talk to besides Vulcan? You talked about tying up loose ends. I have no one to tie up loose ends with, so if you need me to go speak to anyone in particular, I don't have anyone to, write goodbye letters to or anything. I've got time.
All my people are too far away. And it wouldn't... Yeah, all my people are too far away, so I'm not even gonna worry about it. Nope, we're not gonna touch that thought. We're not dying today, we're not dying tomorrow. Yeah, we're not dying, so don't even worry about it.
The other question I have is, what do we do with our weapons? We need to make sure we have them accessible in some way. They're certainly not going to let us have them, and if we have them on us on the day of the sacrifice, I would assume they would just take them away from us.
Why wouldn't we just dig a hole out here and hide them?
The question is, how do we get them? If we're stuck on this island, are you suggesting digging a hole on the island?
Yeah.
We could put it behind the rock. Yeah, I think that would work, yeah.
My concern is that Gaius is going to send foot soldiers out here to scope the rock before it is time for us to put on a show.
They would dig up a hole, do you think?
If they see freshly turned dirt,
We might be able to get away with putting it under the water level.
Okay.
If we have a way to keep it way down, I don't need to breathe. I can swim as deep as I need to.
Are we suggesting putting them in some kind of weighted sack, floating them down, and then when you are free, you swim down and grab them?
I think we want to attach them somewhere so that they don't end up downriver.
Yes, I think attaching them. I think we also need to find out more about the terms of this. Like, are we allowed to set foot off of the island to potentially go down into the water and get things? Because that might break the terms of the sacrifice. We need to, I guess, find out more specifically what these terms are.
So who do you think would be a good person to ask about that? We don't know as many people in town as I would like.
Well, there's that temple.
That is true. Well, I think let's go see Vulcan and maybe go to the temple.
I think that's a good idea.
Any objections? Let's go!
I'm just happy to be here.
Oh my god.
You all head up towards Vulcan's forge. And as you guys start to go through the town, you've definitely garnered a lot of attention in the last few days. And you hear one of them talking about how Pythor was spreading rumors of who you really were.
Oh my god.
And you hear kind of off, as you kind of are walking, just some chitter chatter of rumors and hearsay of your all origins, who sent you, and the true nature of what you're doing in the town. Doesn't take long before you get to Vulcan's Hall and rap on the door. Kreia?
I'd like more specifics. You said the true nature of what we're doing here. What specifically are we hearing in regards to that?
Make me a perception check. Unless you decide to stop and talk to them.
No, I don't want to stop and talk, but I will do perception.
I would be interested as well if I can also join in on that.
Can.
I've only got a 9.
Okay.
22.
Much better.
Kreia, as you're walking forward, you hear mutterings of Versi, the prophecy, stuff that you kind of already know. Calyx, as you are keen to your surroundings, you kind of tune in for just a moment. The sound of the wind even kind of dampers on your ears as you're able to kind of zone in on a specific two human-like figures who are kind of talking under an awning. And you hear them muttering of how you are the brokers of the new peace. You are the heroes that are supposed to usher everyone into a new era past the Oath of Peace. But they don't believe it. They mutter about previous chosen, self-proclaimed or otherwise, who have kind of risen, especially during this turbulent time, as false chosens. And they aren't fully bought in that you are indeed this chosen who everyone says that you are. And it's not long, as you guys start continuing off forward, that you guys get to the front door of Vulcan's Hall and rap on the front door. Hello, come in. Another visit.
Right, I know you might be getting a little tired of us, but some things have changed. And I look at the group kind of like, how do we address this?
Is your stim fay broken?
No. Erin is great. Thank you so much.
We've got questions for you. You made the rocks down at Estor. Or not the rocks, the chains, the manacles.
Oh, yes, way back when, yes.
Are they regular chains, or do they have a special weakness?
I mean, they were made out of simple materials. I was less concerned with the quality of them. A good thwack ought to pop them right open.
Really?
Okay.
And you see my face lights up.
Okay, so they're like regular chains, and like as long as we can. Okay, cool.
Well, I mean, a god did make them, so perhaps a little bit tougher, but not like super tough.
But if you hit it just right, maybe against a rock or something, they might break.
Perhaps if you just hit it strong enough, and deal enough damage, they'll open.
Yeah? If you hit its AC and get its damage threshold?
I'm trying to figure out how in character to tell you that there's an AC and HP
Yeah.
without being
Randall
like,
over
it'll
here
just
doing
pop
his
open.
best to not just give us a meta line.
Well,
I thought that was good.
If you
Anything
hit
can
it,
break if you
no,
hit
it
it
was
hard
great. No, that was really good. I had the image of Vulcan going, well, if suddenly a number of this number happened to pop into your head.
If you were to hit it with 26 daggers at the exact same time,
Press B to break your chains.
Tap it as fast as you can.
Do a combo of
it's a
left,
timed
right,
event.
and break.
Oh my god.
20 daggers only have 2.
Remember to hold ZL to lock onto your target.
Oh my god.
However,
somebody's
if
been
you
playing
haven't
Zelda.
if you haven't gotten to level 3 yet, you may not be able to complete this action. I think at this
can I get
point,
the rock breaking DLC?
I think at
That's
this point,
$20.
I look at Vulcan and I figure we might as well ask him, and if he doesn't know the answer, I could have someone like Tatiana ask at the temple. Do you happen to know? You've been around for a while. Do you happen to know the terms of the sacrifice? Like, do you have to stay on the island the entire time, or?
You mean like as part of like the sacrificial ritual?
Yes, if we are the sacrifice, you're gonna hear about it. It seems silly not to tell you. We have agreed to sacrifice ourselves to save Anora, but we're trying to make the sacrifice fail.
Well, what time are you showing up?
3 p.m.
Okay. That
And we have to
leaves
survive until sunrise.
6 hours of prep is a lot, but perhaps they're...
Whoa. 6 hours? We just came from there. It is the same day, Mr. Randall.
Well, no, if you are... No. Perhaps you misunderstand me. I'm Vulcan. I think...
That was not Kreia. That was Evelyn.
I didn't know if you forgot, Also, Roller, thank you for the 200 bits. No, so the ritual starts at 9 p.m. and goes until sunrise. If they want you there early, perhaps they are anointing you with sacred oils or preparing your bodies to be petrified.
Excuse.
We
does that
know about the
entail?
basilisks in the river.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope so. Not many people around here do. They think that the sea just turns them into to stone.
No, that's not how that works.
Well, it's people be people.
So you're saying that they want us there 6 hours early, to break our spirits or something?
Oh,
Calyx, please stop nodding that fervently. It's making me nervous.
I don't know that it's quite that literal.
I'm not sure they're going to take you to the rock, flog you for 6 hours, and weaken your spirits. I'm not sure that that's their goal, although there has been some instances where pulling up a sacrifice, but nonetheless. I think that they're mainly just making sure that they have time to do the preparations. It's a big ceremony, of course.
Let me guess, they're gonna put us all in little white chitons and march us out onto the rock and be like, "Oh, look at these."
So we
and
also
cover
need
us in oil or whatever.
So we also need a place to put our armor. Duly noted.
Well, that's just a guess. That's not like a sure. That's a guess. I don't know.
I would assume maybe we need to hide our armor as well.
It depends. There have been some instances where they have the people go up in the nude.
I don't want to be sacrificed naked.
Yeah, can we have some dignity, please?
I think we have to make that plea to Gaius.
What did you say, Cal?
I wear
I think we have to make that plea to Gaius.
Yeah.
Have you talked to him about your
naked.
terms and conditions?
Not explicitly, though he wasn't particularly yielding just when things started either. So I don't have a lot of hope for that discussion.
Well, perhaps speaking to him might prove beneficial, as he often, even if he is demanding it, because you are sentient beings and you are intelligent and able to speak, you do have the ability to be clear on what it is that you're getting into. Rules and regulations, so be it. And if you are to perhaps feign willingness, you'll appeal to his ego. Gaius is quite an egoist himself.
So we need to kiss his ass.
Let's put it this way. He is a dragon rider who thinks that when his dragon turns into a human, he'll be able to marry his dragon.
Wow, I hate him even more. All right, so we need to go talk to this asshole. All right.
Who is his dragon?
Good question.
His dragon. I had this. He has a young silver dragon, not yet at the maturity to turn into a human form. I believe the name is Argon. It was a gift from Sidon, last I heard.
Oh, that makes it even grosser. All right.
But not...
Well...
Adri just has a just pure look of disgust after hearing this. It's like, like looks at, like takes off the crown for a second, just kind of. Do we? Later, we'll handle this later. It puts it into a little satchel.
So, thank you, Vulcan, for everything you have done. Do you have any advice on where we can put our weapons or armor so we can grab them later? Is that something we can only determine once we set our terms and conditions?
Well, no doubt if you show up with your weapons, the Order of the Sidon will take them from you as they escort you onto the rock. Should you hide them at the base? I think that small amount of metal might be able to keep them below the water's line. Though, if they see you heading towards the sea, they'll think that you're trying to kill yourself, most likely, so... I can give you a hunk of metal.
Please.
Sure.
He holds it up to you guys. It's this like big, large chunk of just like raw metal that is kind of. It seems like as he has kind of been making different weapons and like laying it on top, some of the metal kind of seeps onto this, and it just creates this blob He just kind of hands it to you and goes, "It's about 20 pounds. Needed to make a new one anyway."
Cool rock.
Oh, metal.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. We'll be on our way now. Thank you.
I mean, what is metal
no,
if
Freya.
not rock?
Freya, get out.
All right. And I march my fluffy little butt outside.
It's just rock that's been superheated, hit with a hammer to make a stabby rock.
I take Adrian's shoulder and just look at Tati like, do I usher? Do I
get
push?
out?
Come on.
Thank you, Vulcan.
So we have
Good
to
night,
ask.
Uncle.
What'd you say, Cal?
Good night, Uncle.
Good night.
So we have to ask Gaius about two things. Nudity in relation to preparation, which I'll be honest, the only reason I wear this
want to
thing.
start with that part.
Well, I know.
You don't want to hand him ideas.
Today on
Can I
Only
make my joke?
Sacrifice.
The only reason I wear this thing and create gestures to their chitin is for your guys' sake. Back where I come from, we don't wear much. So this is entirely for your comfort. Be grateful. The other thing we have to
Don't
ask
look at
about
me.
is rules.
I will actively come over there and I will stab your little horns into the ground so you're stuck like a turtle.
I wasn't talking about you.
So don't let me in with that for your guys' sake.
I know you don't care, but I don't know. Maybe everybody else cares.
I don't particularly care, but what I've seen is that the customs around here sort of forbid it. So I don't recommend it.
Listen, I'm a satyr. People got weird expectations about us anyways. It wouldn't be that off the chart. And the other thing we have to ask about is rules. What the rules for us are. So we need to know about what this 6-hour preparation entails and what the rules that we can mess around with without breaking the sacrifice. Though we shouldn't tell them that we're gonna try and fuck with the rules, but we're gonna fuck with the rules.
I think we go talk to Gaius. We maybe see if there's anyone in the temple who can help us in any way. And then I would say last thing before we rest, we need to put our weapons at the base of the island before morning, and do it under the cover of darkness. If we take a sack, we put all of our weapons in armor, depending on what Gaius says. We put the metal in and we weigh it down. So all we have to do is go to the base and grab it from the water.
Mm-hmm. Sounds about right.
This, unfortunately, in a horrible way, reminds me of training on Thetis, and I am having bad flashbacks.
All we can do is march forward and we will get through this. So let's keep going.
All right. So I think we're going to go. Are we finding Gaius? What do you think, everyone?
We certainly can do that now.
I would get it out of the way, personally. We don't know what help to ask for until we know what parameters we have. All right.
What we talked about off screen, do you want to do that real quick, or do you want to just do a quick brush off of that?
So Adrian, we'll just do it this way. Adrian, you grab. You're buying a
shield and a spear, essentially having a quick flashback of a battle scene 500 years ago, because I gained proficiency with the level up. And in trade, I gave them a shiny rock and some gold. The thing is just after the discussion of rock being a metal, it's okay, you can't really hammer this. Don't hammer this, it'll break. But here you go.
It is endearing.
I know it's amethyst.
He holds on to you for a moment and holds your gaze. Thank you. And you walk out. You guys end up I love everyone's squinty eye, wait a minute. Yeah, I'll throw in stuff in there. So you guys make your way up towards the palace where Pythor is, knowing that Gaius and the Order of Sidon has taken claim in some of the northern halls. You're able to quickly enter without much fuss. Pythor is off in his main chambers, and you head towards the northern halls and are able to find Gaius's room just a few doors up. Noted again by the amount of traffic of different people going in and out of the office, the specific room.
Okay, before we go in, we should figure out who's doing the talking. Because I think if we have one person kind of leading the charge, it might make things a little bit easier.
No.
He seems entirely nonplussed by my existence, so it's certainly not me.
I did see Tati's hand. Do you want to take charge on this?
I might as well.
I think that would be a good idea, because I'm just going to be mean to him.
Unfortunately, remember, we do have to kiss his ass, Tati.
I know.
I know you can do it. If you need to punch something later, I offer my shoulder.
Okay.
I'll stand on the back.
Sorry, my dog came upstairs, bit the carpet, and then looked at me, and then started looking like he was going to vomit. So I had to figure out what was his situation, because it was a riot of emotions. What?
The carpet is delicious.
All right, so
That will be something. You guys might get to witness one of the dogs.
Ooh.
That was Randall
I want to see
experiencing
the
a
child.
6-second round in real life.
Oh my god, that was a 6-second round of initiative. Action, bonus action, reaction, let's go!
I had to disengage with him to make him stop. So I mean, yeah.
Use your action disengage from dog after making a perception check.
So unfortunately, I missed it. Who's taking lead?
Tatiana.
Me.
Alrighty.
Stream called
Riku.
off on account of Riku.
Riku's such a good boy.
Don't lie to him like that.
He is a good bread.
He is a good boy,
bread.
but now he has his nose underneath the bathroom that has no one in it, and he's just staring at it like there's a ghost in there. So
It's me. I'm the ghost in your bathroom.
I'm okay with this.
It's me. Hi, I'm the ghost in your bathroom.
Tatiana,
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Hello.
As you head up full frontal charge towards the open door, you kind of bump into one of his commanders, and he kind of like looks at you and kind of like eyes you for a second, and then just walks off. And as you open or look into the doorway, you see sitting legs up on the table, leaning back, just.
Why do you make him so awful?
Because it's fun. Gaius,
I cannot wait.
there are papers strewn about the desk as he is in the midst of signing off a whole bunch of stuff. And he goes, hello.
Hello.
And what do I owe this inconvenience?
Oh, hurtful, really. I'm gonna stride in his office like I own the place, like big, long, intentional strides. And can I assume there's a desk or there's a chair across from his desk?
Yeah, it's a very small kid-like chair.
Oh my god, buddy, you're like feeding into the things that I need. Thank you.
I'm standing at the door, just like arms folded, like I can't wait to see what she does.
Yeah, I think the rest of us are kind of watching from the doorway, because I think it makes the most sense for us to hang back and just witness.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, somebody's gonna have to feed me what it is that I have to talk to him about, because I've been
I
trying
got
to
you.
like wake my body up.
I got
Because
you.
now I'm done moving.
We need to we need to ask about two main things. We need to know what the rules of the sacrifice are. Are we allowed to set foot off of the island into the water, or
Okay.
do we need to remain on the island? What are these 6 hours of preparation? What is going to occur in these 6 hours of preparation? Those are the main things we need to ask about.
We're basically
Okay.
setting terms and conditions.
10-4. Thank you. So I am good. I'm okay. All right. I'm like picturing this. I mean, she's not small. But Tati's just gonna just stride in there, and we'll take note of the fact that the chair is small, but she's whatever. We're gonna make it work, and she's gonna sit down in it. And of course, it causes her thighs to do like the really big scary lady thigh thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna fold her arms in her lap, and hang on, I gotta I'm wearing the right dress for this. So she now her legs are all tied together, and she's gonna fold her arms and just we need to talk. Okay, I can't sit like that though. Ow.
Forgive me, I forgot your name.
No, that's okay. I don't think I gave it to you, but
You gave it to the whole crowd when you stood up there and announced it. So
was I announcing it? I thought I was talking to you. My bad. I'm sorry. Anyway, what are these rules? What are the rules exactly? For this rock.
he leans down and takes a big sip out of a tankard, and just like the most slurping that he could possibly do.
Oh, it's wet. It's look at everybody made a face.
The rules. Do you need them spelled out for you?
No, I'm just looking for clarification, if you don't mind.
Well, typically, you are one sacrificed. We announce what god or titan, in this case, we are sacrificing yourself for. We chain you up to the Rock of Estor, and the river petrifies you all to hell.
Okay, interesting. So rumor has it that you're gonna make us all strip down naked.
No one wants to see that. And he just kind of eyes you up and down.
I
Well,
mean, that's
no, that would not be preferred. No, I just intend to shackle you to the rock and let life take its course.
okay. Interesting, fun. So what we're all wearing, do we can just take everything up there, right? If it's attached to our body, we can take it all up there.
Well, I mean, your armor won't stop you from being
I'll do
petrified,
that.
so I don't
Thank
see
you.
a problem with it.
Okay. I have never been more she's just literally gonna twirl one of the snakes around her finger, like, oh yes, yes, armor will not stop me from being petrified. Thank you.
Adrian's gonna step forward. If we get to be dressed when we die, I think you have something of mine.
I have no clue who you are.
Gregor.
rough.
Gregor.
Hold on. Notes. Where are my notes? I don't
You're
know
right.
my name.
Horath, you're right.
You got
Right.
it spot on. I thought you had questions that you weren't going to pester me with insolent questions.
Oh no, I have several questions. Wow.
So we can wear whatever we want on here, is what you're saying.
Sure. And what?
Okay.
This one thinks he's Gregor Horath now. Now you're the DragonLords. You don't even have dragons.
I take out the crown. Grave robbing, serious business.
I robbed nothing. Gregor's was a non-consecrated grave. There are several there. I merely entered it and took what I thought was pretty. If
Interesting.
you
Ow.
do have questions about it, it's in my home. I don't carry it around. Something that precious from the age of the downfall of the DragonLords. No, I hold it up on display. And it took more if they were consecrated, not trying to not eat.
So you just... I guess imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery. Couldn't be one, so you have to take something from the others.
I don't understand that coming from your position.
Okay, well, enough of the pissing contest, gentlemen. That aside, why do we need to be there at 3 o'clock if this doesn't start, quote unquote, start until sundown? It's just like 9.
Oh, yes. Well, I did, we're going to have a centaur choir at the edge, other side of the river where they're allowed. And I thought a very nice Gregorian chant would suffice to kind of cleanse the air of the impurities of these wretched gods that live in the city. Perhaps it might help get you on your way faster to Sidon. So there's about a few hours of chanting, and then we have to anoint your bodies in some sacred oils and make sure that we're giving you off to Sidon proper.
Interesting. Okay. So you're gonna drag us to the rock, sing to us, do some oil business, and then chain us to a rock. Yes?
That sounds pretty on point.
That was terrifying. Sorry, my computer had a whole moment.
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay. Woo! That was scary. Okay, well. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
And don't think about trying to get off the island. That's what the harpies are there for. They will lure you back on.
I wasn't concerned, but thank you.
And no stuffing your ears either. We will make sure those are cleaned out properly.
Wonderful. I can't wait to have you inspect my ears.
Sounds fun.
God, I hate that concept.
I cannot describe how much I hate this dude already.
Uh-huh.
I
Welcome
hate
to our
him in my
lives.
core.
You didn't talk to him last session. All this is doing is compounding the hatred that I already have for this man.
Well, huh. So I want to reiterate, for my own sake, if it's attached to my outfit, I can take it on the rock.
Dear, you seem like you're looking for a loophole. Please
I'm
be
not.
more
I'm just-
specific. What is being
I'm not-
attached to your outfit?
No, just like I wear lots of jewelry and I have a cape, and if it's I'm not looking to I'm just trying to clarify, because you said that I could take my armor, but I don't want somebody to come up on me and say this doesn't count. So
Well, they are my rules, and I will move them when I want to. But for now, my mind says sure, wear whatever you like. Doesn't make any difference. The water will take you, and we have what we need. I doubt you'll survive till morning. Usually about 20 minutes, and you'll be turned to stone.
Okay. Trying to see.
And once I'm done, I'll head back home, and that'll be it.
Well, lovely. What do you do with the bodies when you're done with them?
Well, the water sometimes takes them. They sit at the bottom of the river, and erosion takes its course, eating away from the small bits of the fingertips to the larger torsos. Over time, you all just fade into nothing.
Huh. Okay. I was just curious.
Yes.
Randall, can I get an insight on how genuine he is being about his willingness to leave after the sacrifice?
Sure, absolutely. Make an insight check on that specific phrase.
Just because this is a separate thought I'm having while that's being rolled, can I make some kind of check to see what he means by the Gregorian chants taking us to Sidon more quickly?
Make me a religion check.
Okay.
It's a total 20 on that insight check.
You can sense that he is bound by similar oaths that kind of put him into a predicament of having to fulfill a specific need, and that need is to create a sacrifice that is worthy of Sidon. Now, his goal, from everything that he has been saying, is to do the sacrifice. Not necessarily that it has to be successful, but that the sacrifice must take place. After which he will head back to Sidon and convene with him as he typically does. But he has been sent here on a single goal, and he seems very steadfast in that one goal.
Okay, so it seems very evident that he is in fact going to leave after the proceedings are done. He's genuine in that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Great, what'd you get on that religion check?
Got another 9.
With a 9, you recant your time at your own academy doing research on different Fey races or races of origin of Thylea, as you are one yourself. And the centaurs are very ritualistic. They held honor among a lot of things. And so you assume that this has to deal with some type of similar centaur background, but are unfamiliar with what specifically.
Okay. Okay. Because I'm trying to figure out if the fucking chant is going to give us a debuff. And I knew with a 9 I wouldn't get an answer. But I still wish I'd gotten an answer.
Yeah.
Anything else? Or could you please leave my chambers? It's starting to stink. And he looks at you, Adrian.
I am looking to Kreia in a rare moment of... Normally, Adrian's goofy. In this moment, he's like, I need you to hold me back before I stab this guy.
Kreia is going to reach out, grab your wrist, and just leave. Dragging Adrian along behind them, because Kreia is very pissed on behalf of their friend and is like, I'm not going to say anything mean. I'm not going to say anything mean. I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to walk away.
Instruct the new DragonLords he's not allowed in, and we're stabbing him repeatedly several times and feeding the rest of the dragons.
Oh yeah, we're going to kill him.
I would like to try to be the last one out of the room, just to make sure he doesn't try to do anything shady.
Tati, are you leaving?
No, not yet. I would wait for you guys to leave first.
I don't feel comfortable leaving you alone with him. So unless there's like some way you can signal me, I don't feel comfortable leaving you alone with him.
Well, it's you would need to start leaving first, but it's not necessarily like you guys are all going to leave.
Yeah, I just need to make sure you guys are done. Are you guys done with the conversation? Like, are you guys getting up and leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cal is gonna kind of like look at Tati and like double check that this is going the way we want it to go.
Yeah, I mean, she's fine.
So as the three of you head out after Kreia and Adrian, Tati, he's going to take his hand and put it on your knee and go, "It is a pity, as someone like you won't be around later. If this wasn't the case, I could use a priestess in my isle."
Kill him!
Well, it's a pity that you're gonna, chain me to the rock. And she's gonna pry his hand up one finger at a time and put it back on his own leg. However, you may find that I'm a little bit harder to get rid of than that. And she's gonna give him a little pat on the cheek and then get up and leave.
I'll see you in yonder.
I'm not. No, we're not dignifying that with a response.
And the three of you head out.
Just to take a moment, it takes true skill to make an NPC that you feel visceral body reactions with rage. I need this hate out of my body, and I need a hug.
I look at Tati and just say, "Are you all right? He put his hands on you."
I'm fine. It's not even worth worrying about, to be honest.
I will
We can
remove
take
his
hands.
I was about to say I will remove his hands.
His hands are not his already.
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean, yeah.
This man is a puppet.
He sure
I
does
can
not
shove
think
my
he
hand up his
is.
ass.
Please don't. Oh God.
Dear old granddad's got that man on a set of strings.
Oh, he certainly does not think he's a puppet, that's for sure. He thinks he's in charge.
I don't think he cares.
Fair get his kind of thing. I get mine, doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Well,
So-
no point dwelling on that guy. We gotta find a place where we definitely need to rest tonight, because I'm sure some of you are not at full vitality.
We need to find a place to rest because it's been a long day.
Yeah, there we go.
What?
I'm still 1 to 20. I'm feeling 20 right now.
At this point, I would like to, whatever bag we have, once we're like out of sight of the soldiers and everyone like that, I would like to go, all right, I think it's better if only one of us goes to drop off the weapons. I can be pretty sneaky. Give me the weapons, I'll plant them at the base of the island in the water.
I don't think it's wise for us to split up like that. I think you should at least take 1 or 2 people with you.
Who would like to come with
I'm the
me?
sneakiest one here. I can go with you.
Yeah.
And I don't need to breathe.
Okay,
Adrian,
great.
for sure.
Adrian? And then we'll meet you back. Where do you want to stay? Cal, do you want to stay at your land?
It's not mine anymore, remember?
Right.
I can get us another free room at the Dragon's Tooth.
We'll meet you there. Come on, Adrian.
Just grumbling, like playing with the rock, just like okay, I'm not stabbing him. I'm not stabbing him. I'm not stabbing him.
Before you leave, I'm gonna pat you on. I'm gonna reach. Well, you're actually not that much taller than me. I don't have to reach as high. I'm gonna reach up and pat you on the shoulder and say, "It's okay, buddy. Go kick some ass." Well, not his ass yet. Wait, don't worry.
Add it to the to-do list.
You and me, we're adding it to the to-do list. We're gonna take that motherfucker down later.
Yes.
All right, you go. You crazy kids, go have fun.
Thanks, Crea. Fun, yes, an excellent time. And you see the kind of twinkle, a little bit so subdued, comes to Diana's eye as she walks off.
So we'll start off with Diana and Adrian as you kind of head down towards the southern gate.
And I have all of your weapons now.
I just need to know where you're stashing them.
So basically, we're Vulcan. suggested, where we're not meant to get off the island. Just put it on the base of the island, under the water, way down. So, do you need like a stealth or anything like that, or?
No, I just kind of need to know north, south, east, west of the island. That's
Well,
basically...
did Vulcan give us a specific place, or just say anywhere at the base?
You just said anywhere at the base.
What do you think, Adrian? Do you want to put it like to the south, like directly below where your icon is on the map?
I'll say, why don't we just roll a d4 and pick a direction?
Okay, go for it. Roll that d4.
Cool. I am going to learn how to roll things on this website without clicking a button. Hey, do you want to roll that d4?
Sure, I'll roll it.
If you did a / roll and then 1d4. So if you ever need to roll anything, it's just / roll space, and then you could do 1d4, 2d4, 1d4 plus 1d10.
We are going to plant it to the north. I rolled a 2, and I did 1, 2, 3, 4 for starting at the left. So it's going to be, I don't know if you can see my green ping, but we're putting it here.
North side.
Yeah, north side.
Okay.
And I think as we do this, I look at Adrian and I say, you might want to keep that DragonLord business a little closer to the chest, if you don't mind me offering unsolicited advice.
I don't know what came over me. It was the voice, his face. Like, he has that face that could be easily punched. You know what I mean?
Most people's faces can be easily punched. Very few people have your best interests at heart. It's important for you to keep as level of a head as possible, Adrian. I know it's hard.
It's a lot of responsibility, finding out who I was. Apparently, I was something important. I mean, yeah, it's cool to know I wasn't a douchebag. That was my biggest concern. Now I'm like, I have responsibility.
You were somebody important before you found out you were Gregor. Adrian is important.
Just like a pause, kind of. You're right. You're right.
I do that sometimes.
But he just has such a punchable face.
I know, and as we walk away, we're talking about how punchable Gaius's face is as we head to the Dragon's Tooth.
Kreia, Calix, Tatiana, you're able to waltz into the tooth, and you're greeted by the familiar innkeeper who looks over and goes, "Oi, back again?"
Yep. Was hoping could give you another little and maybe get some couple of free rooms again.
How long you staying?
That is a great question.
To be fair, we're supposed to die tomorrow.
Yeah. So tonight.
Why don't you have the rooms on me today? If you are truly saving Anora. So thank you. I thought the rumors were false.
Do we get 5 rooms?
We have the room. So it shall be. 5 rooms for the soon-to-be dead. In 1 round. That's it. 1 round on me.
Thanks.
And it's not long before Diana and Adrian burst through the front door, chuckling back and forth over shiny rocks.
No, we're talking about how punchable Gaius's face is. We're talking about it the entire way there.
Like, I'm fairly certain my hand would fall off if I tried to punch him in the face.
I understand. However, we could punch him in the face with a sharp implement.
Yes.
And then we walk up to the group. It's done. North side.
All right, north. Good to know. We got 3 rooms.
You're
one for
performing
each of
again
us.
tonight.
Nope. Just free rooms. because we're dying tomorrow, so.
Right. I do like your performances, Kreia, so.
Thanks.
I know you guys are just super excited for an 8-episode campaign.
So
Is
Hey,
there
now,
listen.
you guys would like to say in this moment? Do in this moment? A little fireside chat in the inn before we rest.
Cal is going to check on Tati. The last time we were here, it was not a good time for Tatiana.
It was not, but this time I just don't really care. I'm just gonna be out in the open. Because Guy has touched my leg and that makes me uncomfortable.
are we
You
like
all right?
seated at a table?
Yes, you're seated at a table. Some food has been brought out. Although you guys can talk, although everything you said seems to have a little bit of onlookers in the moment. And there's not much privacy. Not much privacy.
Right, so don't say plans out loud,
Yeah.
got it?
Adrian's gonna walk up, like, go buy like an expensive bottle of wine, and with actually 5 glasses this time. It's like, well, if I am dying, I might as well enjoy myself. Starts pouring it out for everybody.
Might as well enjoy myself.
Fair enough.
Diana actually takes a drink, which is not a common occurrence.
Yeah.
This is why I don't drink this.
You don't have to drink it, Diana. It's really okay. If you don't like it, you don't have to drink it.
I feel like you know how sometimes you want to belong.
You don't have to if
Yeah.
you don't want to. I'm just going to this time. It's not going to do anything for me. I'm going to have to, like, stab myself, drain it out later. But hey.
Listen, alcohol culture in this country has a lot of pressure. People are constantly being pressured by the media and by their peers to drink as much as possible all the time. So, you know what? Stand your ground. If that's not something you're into, you don't have to partake in it. And that's a message for the people.
I was
The
like,
more you
is
know.
this is this a PSA right now?
Clearly.
PSA from your local little guy who doesn't really drink. So,
And I know I accidentally talked over Churney when Cal had asked Tati a question, so I wanted to make sure that was heard.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I mean, it's a lot more eyes than I'm used to in an enclosed setting, but I'm all right. Thank you.
Good.
Are
Diana,
you, okay?
you know you have something to live for, right?
What?
You know you have something to live for, right?
No, actually. Except for the 4 of you. There's nothing else.
there's a lot more than that. You just have to look for it. You have a small business that does pretty well.
I help out
are-
with my small business, but yes, I do appreciate that.
You have artistry. There are so many little things. It's not just big things like relationships. If you only look at the big, there's a whole forest full of things. It's not just a group of trees.
I think I understand the forest metaphor. It just particularly hit me when they mentioned, write letters and say goodbye to your loved ones, and I realized that the only people I would say goodbye to were standing with me on that rock.
Do you want
Well,
to write
good
me a
thing we're
letter?
not going to die.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Adrian?
You can write me a letter.
Good.
Correa, do you have nice paper?
Yes, and I pull out, I dig through my bag, which has several different types of paper in it.
Yes.
And I pull out a fancy little piece. It's got like a little bit of like decorative embossing on the edge, and I say, all right, here you go. And also, I'm not writing letters. I could write my grandfather a letter, my actual grandfather, not the fucking Titan.
I had the feeling.
Grandfather a letter. I have friends I could write letters to, but if I do that, that means I am conceding. And fuck no, I'm not dying on that rock. You kidding me? There's so many better ways to die.
You're not wrong.
Fuck that. No, we're gonna live. I'm gonna live. You're gonna live. All of us are. And you know what? If we do not go into this with optimism, we've already failed. So let's have a good fucking time tonight. And let's party in the way that we all feel comfortable partying. And let's rage.
I think I look as Kreia says this, and I look at the rest of the group. I look down at the piece of paper in front of me, and I say, Adrian, I'm sorry. I think that letter is going to have to wait. Can I keep the paper? It's very nice.
I got more.
And then I say, so that mead you had, I actually liked the taste of it. I'm going to have a glass of that.
Mead's a good call. Nice honey flavor.
It's canon that Diana is definitely a cocktail girl. This is just how this goes. Sweet cocktails, 100%. Can't taste the alcohol.
I'm gonna reach into my bag and pull out just a small bag with like 6 different colors of mushrooms, and I'm gonna look at Tatiana and be like, you want any? Okay.
We've had bad experiences with mushrooms here.
Some of us still require our wits about us. Come tomorrow.
Oh yeah, tomorrow, but this one only lasts an hour. This one, though, days. These ones, somewhere in the middle. It's all about the color.
They're organized in duration.
Yeah.
100%. Like,
they're organized by effect, duration, and color.
I'm impressed. I think I look at Cal in this moment. I like get my glass of mead and I come and sit next to Cal and I say, and what about you? What are you living for, Calix?
I don't know, really. My thought in getting my affairs in order was that I need to make sure that this goes to someone.
Right. Do you need time to do that tonight?
Probably. Or in the morning. I can go to Love, probably, and give it to her. Or at least let her know who it should go to. The funny thing was, the idea of being encased in stone, maybe it would actually seal it away forever.
I don't like the idea of you being a statue being the way that gets sealed away. If Kreia says that we don't give up, you are included in that we.
I know.
Hell yeah!
You've already imbibed several mushrooms? I don't know. Imbibed? I don't know. You drank the mushrooms, sure.
Ingested. Yeah. I don't know. It was an interesting thought.
Well, remember what Kreia told me not to do earlier was go alone. So if I don't get to go alone, neither do you.
I don't plan on it.
With that, the party sets their eyes on some sleep and much needed rest for the rest of the night.
I would like to do a thing before I go to bed.
What you got?
My prophetic trance.
Go for it. Absolutely.
And which is why I'm not taking any shrooms, because I'm gonna just go get high as hell on my own.
No shrooms if I get high from my trance.
I mean, if you need anything to help with that, you know what little satyr to go to. Got a bag full of paper and drugs.
I appreciate you, Kreia, with your forest metaphor.
So with that, you guys are off to the bed.
To the bed.
All finding your own individual rooms, taking a long rest. Tati smoking out their neighbors.
I just rolled really well for people.
Yay!
All of you
Now
have
we
a
talking
very
rolling dice or rolling papers?
Yes.
all of you have a very restful sleep, except for one of you. Cal. You are asleep. And in your sleep, you have this weird sensation of falling. And you start to scream, but nothing comes out. And you open your eyes and you find yourself on a large expanse with water that's about an inch deep. It goes on for what seems to be forever in all directions. A moon shines above, casting a very beautiful blue light across the water, rippling across as you take a step forward. And you look up and are met with a gaze of an elderly woman who goes, "My dear, how are you?"
Is this who I think it is?
No.
Okay.
You do not recognize who this is. They look older and more time-worn than most things you've seen that are still living and breathing.
I don't know.
I suppose. Your mother never talked about me much. I am Mumiel. To you, I'd be 4 generations back. Tiermost line.
4 generations.
Yes.
You're Demetra's mother.
I am. Did you know her well?
Demetra, yes. She was still matron of the vineyard when I was born.
And she didn't talk about me? Tiermoses did like their secrets. And they hold out to you a beautiful locket. The one that your mother would often wear. Have you seen this before?
This is different from the locket that Cal currently wears, yes?
You're taking back to the talisman, correct?
Yeah.
Do you want it to be the same one? Because it can be.
It mechanically it needs to be a separate item.
Okay. So it would be different looking then.
Okay. I have seen it before, but not in a long time.
I believe when Corentina, your mother, was taken by Hexia, they dropped it along the sea on their way to their fate, but I was able to retrieve it, and it is now yours to take. And as she starts to talk more about it, her breath becomes airier, and her voice starts to reverberate in this very abyssal way. I'm going to say primordial way, to be more accurate. This is yours now. You must care for it. It comes from Calcia, one of Sidon and Lutheria's relatives. Another Titan. This one was locked away for centuries. Still is locked away. And the spell on them was once weakened. They fashioned together all of their might to create this talisman. One that they believe could be used to stop Sidon Lutheria. It is stayed in our family to be the protectors so that it would fall into the hands of someone who could actually use it. It had passed by the DragonLords for some time. It is now your duty, as I have come to know that you too know DragonLords or are associated with perhaps new ones.
I do. Out of curiosity, I expect that Yumiel has the same black sclera as Cal does?
Yes.
Why is it us?
That would be, I guess, my fault. See, I'm one of the few that managed to escape sacrifice in the Island of Fire. When I found my way to the river, I found myself with visions from Calcia. Visions that seemed to be able to peer through because whatever spell was momentarily interrupted by the lack of my sacrifice, I'm only assuming. I was given this gift and I swore an oath to always protect it. That oath involved me and my kin. For safe passage back home, Calcia furnished a small raft that I was able to find my way back through, although it was not without its treacherous. The Sidon tried to kill me quite a few times. Sidon and Calcia, not friends, mortal enemies.
He doesn't take to competition well.
Well, I don't know much, but I do know that the brothers and sisters of Sidon and Lutheria were... One of the first wars was the War of the Titans. And that's the only one that I know of.
I am pursued constantly. Is it because I am so closely connected with Calcia?
You brandish the tiermost name. You do not hide it, correct?
No, it is inescapable.
Sidon and Lutheria are very well acquainted with our name, our family name. I'm sure both sides would do whatever they could to ensure the erasure of their brothers and sisters. This is the last remaining fragment that still exists on Thylea.
I see. And even if I were to relinquish my family name, it's not like anyone else has this.
A mark of holding on to this talisman, being born of its energy. Do you accept this?
I do.
And they hold out their hand in the talisman as the chain kind of laps around their hand and kind of furls down and kind of dangles. It is yours. But taking it means that you swear to the oath as well.
It has shaped my life already. Maybe now I can have some agency in it.
And as you reach out, do you have something else? So you reach out and your finger touches the clasps. You jolt awake and feel the heaviness of a second talisman around your neck. It's metal, cold, seemingly never-ending. And in your head, you hear whispers. For the rest of you, it is about 8 a.m. You guys are all able to wake up and find yourself to the dragon's tooth main room. Cal being last to arrive.
So what's the plan for this morning then?
Well, we should probably figure out what we need to figure out the chains, and then I think it would be wise if we can figure out combo moves we can do together. Like, what are things to maximize our usage of spells and to maximize what we are capable of doing in terms of giving us opportunities to last as long as possible. We should probably, I don't know, what are your guys' capabilities? How can we create possible combination moves that we can utilize?
Well, I do have a bit of long distance once I have my chakram back. And if I manage to get Aaron up with, if the heartbeats are flying, it may give us some help with flanking. But other than that, mostly what I am good for is slashing and hacking. And I did manage to pick up a couple of things from my Amazon training. I can use a command on someone. But other than that, I am unfortunately more of the brute force than anything.
Okay. I have enhance ability, which granted I can only cast it twice and it is a concentration spell. But if we can figure out what I can do is cast, I can do Bear's Endurance is probably going to be the one most utilized for the sake of someone tell Evelyn what Harpy's whole deals are, because I know, but I can't, having trouble remembering all the stuff. I know we need to plug our ears because they do the thing and they lure you to death. But it sounds like their purpose is more to keep us on the rock, from what Gaia said.
And harpies are vicious as fuck.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah, that's their sole goal is to attack us and keep us from leaving the rock. So
And I will say that Gaius did say that he would check our ears, so we need to have the wax in our pockets so that once we're free of the manacles, we can pop them in.
Yeah. I wasn't able to I couldn't figure out what he meant by the centaur's chant sending us to Sidon faster. So that may be a thing that where it's certainly some kind of centaur ritual to do with honor or whatever. So it might not actually be something that magically potentially stands in our way, but it also might be. Just because of the way that he mentioned it, but that could be me reading too much into it. Hideous Laughter is a good spell. I don't know how wise harpies are. A lot of my stuff has wisdom saving throws. Hideous Laughter is also a concentration spell.
I've got command.
Bane, Hideous Laughter, Bane, Silvery Barbs, I think is going to hopefully end up being useful if like other people are casting spells on it and I can react with, be like, hey, no, you gotta redo that. And it also, Silvery Barbs is a great spell because it also buffs other people in addition to debuff to like making someone reroll. Yeah, all of my stuff is about buffing and debuffing. I am not much of a fighty person. What are everybody else's strengths? What are y'all good at?
Muted, Randall.
Gotcha. Thank you. What is everyone's kind of goal? Just so that everyone is aware, because I think that's the challenge here. So like, let's just go down the line. What is like your kind of goal for this? How would your character attack this?
Well, Diana is, as soon as she gets out of those manacles, is going to grab the bag of weapons, and basically just fend off whatever comes down close enough.
Okay.
If it gets close enough, I'm going to bat it away.
Tatiana?
Tati would probably cast silence and then spiritual weapon and then fight them off.
Okay.
So no need to plug my ears when I can just make everything quiet.
Smart.
Cal is feeling very underpowered, so it's going to be a lot of short bow and spear probably.
Okay. Adrian?
Depending on distance.
Okay.
Adrian definitely is going to be focused on getting manacles undone. And as soon as he's able to get his spear and shield, will definitely be front line stabbing.
And I'm definitely going to send Aaron up to do what it can.
Okay.
Having something that can fly will be useful. What is the plan for the manacles? Are we doing the Tati berates very well plan, or are we doing the... I feel that might be best.
So to finish up what Randall had asked first, my goal is going to be buffing and debuffing. And then I think as far as the distraction goes, I
don't think that we need a distraction. I mean, we don't really have... The minute he's off the rock, then like...
Well, we need the distraction for the minor illusion so that Adrian isn't actually cuffed.
I mean, he can also just store all of his thieves' tools in his boot.
I can start like storing my lockpick kit in like the very bottom of my leather armor.
Well, is he going to be able to pick his own lock like that?
I mean, when I picture manacles, they typically have at least 2 to 3 links between them. They're not always right next to each other.
Yeah,
he'll be able to easily do that.
Yeah, okay. And I mean, if you're like...
Well, I'm thinking about it in terms of action economy. If he has the minor illusion, he doesn't have to waste an action getting himself free. He's already there, and he can then use that round to...
I mean, they're also big enough.
With it.
We can also just smash them. I don't think we have to go through... I don't think we need a whole elaborate plan in order to survive the rock.
I mean, I do really like the minor illusion plan. I don't think it's a bad way to do it. I think it's just not going to be a death sentence if it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I don't mind the plan. I think that having it to make the action economy go faster is a good idea. If you want, I can just use Aaron as a distraction and have him like flutter around the guy's head.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a bad plan either. That's not what I'm saying. I just think that we're thinking too hard.
No, absolutely. And I don't assume anything like that. I just figure I don't know. Do we want to go ahead with it or do we not?
It's up to you guys.
It is another opportunity for them to see us as potentially combative, but it's not without its merits.
So
I do like the idea that he is more able to maneuver. Because my own being able to maneuver is plenty of a concern for myself.
One thing I'd like to know, who should I unshackle first in this situation?
I think that's a good thing to ask.
Because now I'm thinking Diana first to go get the equipment. We need them moving quickly. Cal...
It could
Cal
also
would
depend on the
their
initiative.
deafness is needed. Yeah.
What about the initiative? It could depend on that, honestly.
Nosebleed initiative? What are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't think the out of character meta conversation is necessarily something we should shy away from either, because I do think that that's part of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Diana's right that definitely initiative is going to play a role in it, and I also agree that I think Diana first, because Diana also has higher dex. If we can go purchase an extra lockpick, Diana could even unlock somebody, because it's not gonna I don't imagine it taking a full action to grab a bag, and if we can get more people out of those locks more quickly, then that's going to be worth it to us, and having the two people with highest dexterity out first to get those locks undone, I think is going to be very valuable.
Sure. So yeah, we can definitely try to pick up another set of thieves' tools. Absolutely. Or lock picking tools. Absolutely.
The rock is rather large, though. It would take a moment to traverse the length of the rock to get the bag.
True.
So is there anything else you guys need to talk about before we head out? I just need to know when you guys want to head out.
We need to take a final vote on whether we're doing the minor illusion thing or not, because I am still unclear as to whether or not we're going to do that.
I think I was already outvoted. I'm the only person who voiced that I genuinely don't think that we need to do it, but I'm the only person who said no.
So it sounds like yes.
I'm not a fan of wasting spell slots right now.
Yeah.
Well, minor illusion is a cantrip.
I rarely use
like
it.
Cal said, looking combative from the beginning. If we're going to do this again, it needs to be more surprise. It's a tough call. Listen, I collect rocks and unlock things, all right? And my rock bag is full.
If you want to do minor illusion, then what needs to happen is you need to figure out how to make a distraction offshore, because if it comes from any of us, it's going to look bad.
Okay. Well, we can do something with Diana's Stimfey.
Mm-hmm.
So we can use that as a distracting thing. All we need to do is get him to turn away for long enough that he can look back and be like, I already did this one, and move on to the next.
We can try.
Yeah, I think let's go ahead with it. Especially since if they haven't seen the Stimfey with me, just having a bird be around is just like, freaking bird, you know?
Call, motherfucker, call!
Alrighty.
That's exactly what Aaron will say. Call,
Anything else before you
motherfucker,
guys set out?
I think that's it.
Where are you guys headed to first?
Do we still want to pick up another set of thieves' tools?
Might be useful.
Yeah.
Let's go find us somewhere that sells that.
Yes.
Yeah, if we can get an extra lockpick, because I know that that's a dexterity check, and we can give that to Diana.
I'm
You guys.
certain I would have a contact with Thieves Guild to be able to make this happen discreetly.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want it to happen discreetly, you could, Adrian, you could slip away by yourself and contact them.
All right, yeah, I will. All right, I'll meet y'all at what location afterwards?
Let's meet. Let's meet outside the Dragon's Tooth, and we'll walk down together.
All right. How long do we have? How many hours?
It's 8 a.m. now. We have until 3 p.m.
Okay.
I need to know, is there anything else you guys want to do until then?
Did you want to go see Lav, Cal?
I would like to go see Lav. Yes.
Okay. So when we get back from this break, we will head out, find a pick lock for Adrian, and head out to see Lav. Hello and welcome back. I hope you had a good break. Got up, stretched, walked around. I did the tourney talk. That was their script.
I do that all the time on streams. I always do the journey script, I swear.
I did see some people pop in that I had not said hello to. So Duckberg with the notification squad. Hey, hi daddy. Midnight Heather with the resub for 1 month. Thank you so much. Glad that you're here, and I'm excited for that announcement. Then Trash Panda Tony with that notification squad, and Laura's mama with that Reese's Cup for 5 months. It's crazy that I'm seeing like these numbers grow. Can't believe we've been an affiliate for that long, let alone doing it this long. And Trini Ventures with a notification squad.
How are there notification squads still left?
Sometimes people don't get them all the time, so people always go for first, but notification squad's less, and I have 5 of them. I might take it down to 3 to make it a little bit more competitive, so that way people like that. But
bragging rights are a whole thing.
I was specifically told by Magic Daddy not to do it.
Well, yeah, because there was like when it first came out, like you guys would all claim it. I'd be like, "What? There's people here."
Also, I just noticed we're at 71% raised for the short Evil D&D series.
Holy, we are so close.
And
I am
Meister
so
Heck
close.
a lot.
Very
And
excited for that.
Seamus.
For Hecklock and Seamus pop out. People like competitive. Seamus, you are so competitive. Stop it.
Seamus is not competitive at all. What are you talking about? Said no one ever.
I love when people try to like argue with me about how not competitive they are, and then it's like you're being competitive about being not competitive right now, and I don't understand.
I'm so not competitive. Let me show you how not competitive I am.
I am insanely competitive.
You are.
Anyone who has played any board game with me ever knows that I am there to play 4D chess that I don't need to play and to just attempt to win.
Like playing board games at 2 a.m. And then me and Randall at the table are just like da 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 da, and Duck and Ranger are just kind of having a time, and everyone's over here like.
My third eye is opening.
If you ever wanted to go ahead, sorry. Doggo!
Wait, dog one? Come here, Squig. Come here. Come here.
Your cats, they look different.
I know my cats have gotten much
What
larger.
happened to your cats? What happened to Pippin and Pixel?
So this is Goose and this is Squiggy.
Aww. I will say that if you've ever wanted proof that Evelyn sometimes is competitive in D&D, look no further than the last episode of All's Fair in Love and War. You're in the end. You're welcome.
The barrel.
I was gonna say, Evelyn meant competitive. Who would have guessed? A barrel.
Listen, I'm normally chill, but when it comes to Monopoly, I become the most heartless SOB on the planet. Like I will go for. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You were
I
talking.
was like, is this a challenge? Like, is this happening right now?
Is this happening? Are we ending stream for Monopoly?
Odyssey cast online Monopoly.
You give me a game with money in it, and I instantly become a capitalist.
Oh no.
I hate it.
We're not dying with the TBK in episode 8. We just played Monopoly.
Amazingly,
Our
we have not
subscribers, we
done
will
much
do it.
capitalism in this campaign of D&D.
Capitalism in my D&D game, it's more likely than you think.
I mean, especially when you go back to the dungeon crawler roots. Like, the whole thing is about get the gold out of the dungeon so that you can spend it and gain XP.
Yeah,
True.
float
Why do
it
you
out
think I
on
love dungeon
Tensor's
crawls?
float it out on Tensor's floating disc and done.
I spent so many hours in Fate.
Amazing.
That's a mood.
And
All right.
speaking of competitive, we're gonna win against Gaius because fuck that
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
So many sad wounds.
I also realized on the break while I was running downstairs to get my laundry, because fun fact, my laundry was done at 6 o'clock when we started, because poor planning on my part today. But as we went down the stairs, I was like, oh, right. I was going to do something when I woke up and I forgot to do it. So now I have to figure out a place to have that discovery somewhere in the next scene.
Oh.
Because
I
something
thought
has
you meant
happened to
IRL.
Cal.
Yeah, I thought you meant in real life too. I was right with Bonnie. I was, like,
Me
was like,
too.
sure,
I was
it's me.
confused.
Yeah, it took me a second to catch up there.
I was like, what discover do you need to make? Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into it. The lot of you have come back to Astoria. You have spoken to Vulcan and gathered his insights on the manacles that are attached to the Rock of Estor. You then proceeded to go talk to Gaius. You had a very nice, kind conversation, a very civilized one where Tatiana and him fell in love.
You
Bonnie's
shut
trying
your
to-
mouth right now.
Bonnie's trying to eat right now, okay?
This is my life. Uh-huh.
That did happen. This is true. He did touch my knee.
True love.
Magic
the
just like
reason
knowledge.
we are here today.
Knowledge is what brings us together today.
So we're not doing a sacrifice,
Say
right?
man and wife.
So is that we're not doing the sacrifice, right? It's just a wedding episode with
Exactly.
Tatiana and Gaius.
Yes.
Tati's gonna be a widow.
Adrian did bust
That's
in
fine.
to ask about their armor, proclaiming himself to be Gregor Horath, which was quickly dismissed by Gaius. But that Gaius did hold his armor in his house or his home, wherever that is. Then the group, you all decided to head back to the tavern where you proceeded to kind of talk about the day and a mental check-in with the group to make sure everyone's kind of doing all right as you count down the hours to your ultimate demise. Then you took a long rest where Cal had a had a dream where they encountered Mumiel, Tiermos, who was their great grandma, who proceeded to give them a offering from a titan known as Calcia, one that is not known in most places. Upon giving them this talisman, and they accepted an oath to protect it and to get it to anyone. Any person who would be in the aiding of bringing down Sidon and Lutheria for once and for all. Then you guys woke up, had a tactical conversation about how to proceed once you guys were put up on the Rock of Estor. Where it was decided that Adrian would sneak off, do a sneaky link, and go off and find their their lockpicks from the local thieves guild, should you say? And the rest of you were waiting. No, you guys wanted to go somewhere.
We were gonna go. Cal wants to see Love.
Cal wants to
and
see Love, yes.
I was gonna go with Cal if they let me.
I assumed all four of you were going.
We were going to wait to meet Adrian back at the Dragon's Tooth.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
'Cause
Adrian,
I was actually going to, because I had this thought over break of, again, I don't think splitting the party, I don't think one person going off on their own is ever a good idea, and I think Kreia would bring that up before Adrian left and be like, hey, you should take a buddy. I'll fucking be your buddy. If you need, or if you have someone else you'd rather have as your buddy, there's no wrong answers, but you should take a buddy. I'm very good at waiting outside.
You would definitely have to wait outside because I'm not sure if you're familiar with criminal undergrounds, but they're normally not good with guests.
Am I not familiar with criminal undergrounds? Please. Listen, you don't do as good a business as you don't pay for college with drugs and not know some criminals.
And I thought I was the only criminal in this friend group. All right, come on. And then I guess on the way, we're discussing the logistics of moving product and our way to Thieves Sam's Club because it requires a membership.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian,
just following along for support.
So Costco got it.
Duck into a small alley, and you know that there's a specific kind of like window that kind of opens. It's about 1 brick wide, and it seems to kind of open up. And on the inside is a Thieves Guild vendor that often kind of pokes their head out and asking. It's right down the alley, and you're able to go to it if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up, and I don't know how I would translate Thieves' Cant in this world, but I'm guessing it's like bird signals and stuff. It's like, hey, I need a product discreetly. As
you Thieves' Cant, they hand you. They ask how many.
I want to say 2.
They slide you to lockpicks.
I slide in a gold and a shiny rock.
God. He's going to flick the shiny rock onto the ground and take the gold and close the door.
The offense.
I pick it up, kind of just like, I guess not everybody's a fan of Onyx. I don't know, just put it back in my bag and I hold up to it. It's like, anybody else want an extra one?
You hear in your head, perhaps we don't want to entice everyone with rocks.
Buddy,
don't worry, Adrian.
Don't
worry, Adrian. Someone's gonna appreciate your rocks. I promise. I appreciate your rocks.
I hand over the Onyx. It's like, there you go. See, people just don't appreciate and starts going off on the different qualities of Onyx. And as we start moving our way towards the rest of the group.
As you guys head back up, you're met right back outside the Dragon's Teeth, where you find Tatiana, Diana, and Cal kind of leaning up against different posts or pacing back and forth, waiting for you all to re-arrive.
I'm trying to look very cool and definitely do not look cool at all.
Cal actually has their grandmother's botany book, the log from the vineyard out, and is going through it. And as they walk up, Cal actually kind of like looks down and scowls at the book for a second and like flips a couple of pages and then flips back.
Cal, what's going on?
And goes through that a couple of times.
Is there something wrong?
I can't read this note here.
What do you mean?
There's like a footnote that's added in Sylvan.
It's Sylvan. Can I speak Sylvan?
I can't read this.
Where are my languages? I speak Sylvan.
And Cal is not being like quiet about it. So as you guys are walking up, you're hearing this conversation easily.
I'm going to walk up and I'm going to lean over and go, I can read Sylvan. May I take a look?
It's Sylvan.
I can read Sylvan.
No.
I can read it too.
Sylvan?
What?
Why is it weird that it's Sylvan?
I don't speak Sylvan.
Right. But is this your journal?
No, it's my grandmother's, but I've always been able to read it.
May I read the footnote with your permission?
Sure, if you want to.
I would like to lean over and read it.
It's notes about like needing to add more nitrogen to the soil for the particular strain of grapes that's listed on this page. It's
Wait.
gardener's notes.
So you used to be able to read Sylvan?
I used to be able to read this entire book back to front.
Is this
That's
a
weird.
Is this a new note that you have not seen before? Or is it suddenly in a different language?
I cannot read it. It doesn't look any different.
I don't... So
And
it was
Cal is going
there.
to kind of like thumb through the book a little bit. And for anybody who's like looking over their shoulder, there's actually notes in this book in a variety of different languages: Common, Elvish, Primordial, Sylvan, Celestial. There's a whole bunch of different languages that are written in the book. And Cal will occasionally point a few of them out and be like, I can't read this anymore either. I know it's about the sun cycle, but that's because I remember what this page says.
Why does your book suddenly have different languages?
Maybe the book's not the problem.
What happened last night?
What do you mean, what happened?
Well, that's great. I don't know what just happened.
I was having my trance, like, every night, but I had a dream, and I spoke to a vision of my great-grandmother, or that said it was my great-grandmother, and when I woke, she had given me this. And Cal reaches into their shirt and pulls out a pendant that is different from the locket that you have seen Cal wear before. It is wrapped in a very intricate wire design around a dark silver like stone set in the front of it.
So you had this dream. It was your great-grandmother. She gave you a pendant. Now the pendant exists in real life. And you now have different languages in your journal. Did she write it or did someone else write it?
If she is truly my great-grandmother, this book was written by my grandmother, her daughter.
I am unfamiliar with such magic. And I look at the other three, Adrian, Tati, and Kreia, just with that look of, out of my wheelhouse!
Tati, you got a diagnosis there, Doc?
Normally I would. I mean, loss of language is not so. I mean, that's not something I'm familiar with. I mean, when you went to, this is gonna sound really silly. When you went to bed last night, could you read the entire book? What did she say to you in this dream?
I didn't really, like, look through it last night. I was thinking about other things. But the last time I picked it up and I had lent it to Diana to look at the pictures and things, I could read it then.
And this footnote, this, okay, and because with spirits are at work here, this footnote was there beforehand?
Yes. This book has really not been altered particularly much since my grandmother wrote it.
Huh. Well, this is interesting. I've never. Oh, my phone just decided it was done working. I sorry, I keep half my character stuff down here where I can see it, and my phone was like, no, I don't think. No, I genuinely, in character and out of character, I have no idea what's going on.
Same.
I think I know out of character what's going on, but Kreia would not be able to figure it out in character.
Diana, Tatiana, Kreia too as well. Can you make me an insight or Arcana? Yeah.
I'll take insight. Can I do insight?
I'd rather do insight as well.
I have to do insight. I don't have Arcana.
Would you allow my imaginary friend to do Arcana on this one?
I will.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love that.
I have a plus one on Arcana, so that's a mood, Tati. I got a dirty 20 on insight.
I also got a dirty 20.
Yay! Wait, really? Amazing.
Yeah.
What'd you get, Adrian?
What invocation is this? Oh, nine. What the reappearance of the nines tonight?
9.
Adrian, you tried to call forth your inner mind, your inner partner, and they seem fairly unresponsive in this moment.
And sweeping.
Tatiana,
taking a nap.
Tatiana, Diana, Kreia with the dirty 20s for all of you. The lot of you. You are able to, although not fully comprehend what's going on because they have their own systems and stuff, you feel like this is, to put it the Magic Sheep way, some warlock shit.
Some warlock shit.
Cal, maybe you know. Let me throw this at you. Maybe there's like some magical thing going on, and you may have lost this ability, but maybe there's a different ability that's now waiting for you to discover. And isn't that a cool, fun thing?
I love Kreia so much.
Being on the eve of battle, that's a little concerning.
Well, the morning of
that
battle.
my capabilities are shifting around.
Damn it. Well, change can be good.
Right. Perhaps
who's your patron again?
I
Who
really don't rightly know.
I'm asking you out of character.
I have the Pact of Pandora's box.
10-4. Okay. Oh,
Pandora,
right.
is that like an MLM or?
no,
Goodbye.
we do not.
Good
We are
night.
not.
It's been nice playing with you.
store.
We are not going to be boss babes in this household. Do you understand?
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
Diana says no to MLMs.
I hate it here. Wow.
All of a sudden,
Wow.
the wine guy shows up and goes, "Hey, girl, I know a great way you can make money by selling my wine.
Do you want to be your own boss?
Have you been since high school? Ever since I bullied you."
I immediately regret talking. I'm just gonna go.
I think I look at Cal in this moment after, Tati kind of talks about it being possibly a good thing. And I say, well, at this point, you want to go see Lav. Perhaps Lav knows you better than any of us. Perhaps she will have some insight.
Perhaps.
And maybe we can get some questions answered about what's going on with your I know that I lose magic when I lose faith. I don't necessarily know how that applies in your situation.
Gotta have faith.
If anything, by that measure, I should have more, not less. There's... And Erastus was so angry that they didn't get it. More trouble than it's worth. However, if it's any consolation to the rest of you, we may have more aid than we know.
That is comforting.
Lutheria and Sidon had another sibling.
There's another Titan!
It is not well known, and perhaps is still held captive. I am not very clear. That sought to uproot the hold of Sidon and Lutheria in the War of the Titans. My family line swore an oath to carry that on and to aid any who sought to defeat the Titans. And we are marked with this pendant and this. And Cal points to their black sclera.
The spooky black eyes, yes. Look, I don't know how else to say it sometimes. Spooky black eyes. Kreia said it that way, and I thought it was apt.
I mean it in a positive way.
Yes.
Spooky's a good thing. We like spooky. And
Very
also,
stylish.
alternate word, very cool. Like Adrian said, stylish.
It makes me very easy to find. Not that any of my pursuers need any help with that at this point.
Well, will it bring you some comfort then to go see Lav? We will accompany you, of course. I do not mean to speak for everyone, but I believe I am right in saying that we would like to accompany you, yes?
We keep the party together.
All right. Well,
Craig's not
the
letting me
daylight is
snipe
burning.
No, I'm not letting you snipe people.
Split the party.
One of my favorite moments from Critical Role is they pull one person off the side and he gets like insta-killed.
Ooh.
So it's all I keep thinking about.
With the buddy system.
Listen, I had a thought earlier after Kreia was like, we all have so many great reasons to live. My immediate next thought was, it'd be really poetic if Kreia was the one to die this session. No!
Do not bring that into the world.
How dare you manifest this?
So you guys head off to the eastern gates. The vineyard gates, as they're often called, and set off towards a small cottage with a little bit of land where Lav is residing. They currently are too old to be the ones out in the fields, but they have one of their family members kind of out tending to some of the crops, making sure that they fold over the wires the way that they need to make sure that they have stability.
Do I know this member of their family?
No, it seems kind of like a distant relative.
Okay. As the group approaches, Cal will walk up to this person and say, Is Love up at the house?
Yeah, she's inside.
Thank you.
Of course. Friend of Love is a friend of mine.
How long have you been working the fields?
Oh, 2-3 months, about.
You tend to the vines well.
Thank you. I don't want to make Love upset. And they get very angry.
A good idea. Cal will kind of nod and continue up towards the house.
As you head up to the house, you see the kind of this not dilapidated structure, but this worn-in structure, one that has kind of sat here for ages and has seen quite a bit of weathering. As you kind of come up to the door and knock on the front door, it creaks open as this small old lady kind of goes, "Yes, oh dearie, a pleasant visit.
Hello, love.
Hello, Cal and Diana, Tatiana, Adrian, Kreia."
Do you have a moment?
Oh, I'm not too busy right now, but let's get some hot chocolate.
Sounds good.
And they head back over to their kitchen as they kind of have a large opening and the kitchen kind of hovers off to the side. You can kind of see the living room from the air, and they kind of start pouring tea. So what do I owe this visit for?
I don't know if news from the city has reached this far out of the gate.
Oh, gossip travels far.
You know that we are set to stand on the Rock of Estor today.
I was hoping that was just part of the toxic gossip train, but...
Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! I quit!
How dare you make love say that, you absolute fucker! No!
That was funny.
No!
But I see that it's perhaps not.
No, we are to stand in Anora's place.
Well, I'll make sure this is the best cup of chocolate you've ever had.
Thank you, love. My mother didn't get the chance to properly leave our heirlooms to me or to anyone. I wanted to make sure that in the off chance that did not happen again.
Do you mean to give me something?
I want to make sure that it's retrieved. I will need to carry it with me, but if I do fall, someone needed to know.
We will absolutely, although it will be, unfortunate, I'll make sure that I'm on the cleaning crew.
Thank you. I know no one else in the family currently shares the mark, but one of my great grand nibblings might be born of the mark, and they should get their inheritance.
I'll see it's done.
Melanoy and Zeno would probably want to know. Rastus doesn't have any children. Well, he has too many children to count, but they're all young enough that it's not something to be concerned about.
I'm not sure. Not sure any of them will be keen to take it, but I will inform them.
it'll end up being their grandchildren who might be born with Mark, so they won't have to worry about it for a generation. Melanoy is probably going to be the first one to have to, being the eldest. Her children are older than me now.
Yes, and I haven't seen them for a while. I think they took up in Mitros a while back. Found a good job.
They deserve to have a good life.
Well, was this all for doom and gloom, or is there...
Well,
And here comes Optimus Prime.
sorry.
Optimus Prime shows up in Deus Ex Machina as us.
Amazing! I knew he'd come to save us.
Thank you, Optimus Prime.
Don't do drugs, kids. Krea's like, wait.
But mostly I ended up with it well before I was prepared for it. And I didn't...
Please.
I don't
darling.
want to see someone else do that.
Well, the unfortunate part about life is you are unable to control what is out of your domain. You have to worry about tonight?
Yes. Love, I actually have a favor to ask of you, if you might have someone to spare.
What matter?
We, obviously really don't want to perish on that rock. And if any of the younger folk on the fields maybe, or someone you know, might be able to cause a bit of a scuffle or something at the beginning of the proceedings, we'd like to get the upper hand for a moment. And it would take just a moment, but
No one's
any kind of distraction would be helpful.
stupid enough to attack the Order of Sidon.
No, it doesn't even have to be the Order of Sidon. Just something enough to cause a ruckus and draw a little bit of the crowd, and something that the Order of Sidon is going to want to break up and disperse.
That I could do.
Perhaps a protest.
Now there's an idea.
Seems a bit loud.
Fair enough.
Effective, certainly, but
She kind of chuckles and goes, "Do not worry, Love's got you."
I like her.
strong as an ox, this one.
Silent strength. I'm impressed. I could lift the weight of the entire world and I would never be as strong as you.
Oh, I'm much too old to become strong, but I like your optimism. Perhaps you guys will survive tonight.
Oh, we're gonna survive. We'll be fine.
Here's hoping, love. Here's
And at
hope.
this point, they're kind of handing out different hot chocolate to each of you.
Oh, 100%. It is a cheat day today.
Oh my god.
Diana's a fitness bro. I don't know what to tell you.
No, I want hot chocolate now.
Oh,
Same,
no,
I
I
really
have
want
hot chocolate in the house. Soul
You should get
Reviver,
some
hot
from
chocolate.
Soul Reviver Coffee.
There we
I
go.
left my Soul Reviver brand hot chocolate at the apartment. I did not make the trip today.
I need to get me some more hot
It's so
chocolate.
good.
From Soul
Right.
Reviver Company.
Well, yeah, obviously from Soul Reviver.
Obviously. There it is.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Kreia
Shameless plug, Ginger. Where are you?
Kreia is definitely very excited about the hot chocolate and remains in full denial that they might die today.
Oh, 100%. Like, I think as I'm sipping the chocolate, I look at Kreia and I'm just like, I can't disrupt this optimism. We need it.
The hot
We will
chocolate
not die.
is really bitter. No sweetener.
Like real chocolate?
Like real chocolate. Like
Yes.
as you come to a finish, you get to the bottom and you see the curls of the chocolate at the bottom of the teacup.
Fantastic.
Can you read our fortune in this? Like you can with tea?
Sweet baby, that's... Oh.
Tati, can you read my fortune?
Oh my god.
Oh.
Diana does the same thing. Is that what you do?
Love looks at you, Tatiana goes, they did teach you that, right?
Tea leaves, yes, dear.
Oh, it's the same thing. You just a little melty sometimes.
It will never form I can certainly look at it. And we're gonna... Alright, I'll take Kreia's cup. Okay.
I think mine just says I need more chocolate.
Just spell
Roll
out.
me a religion check, Tatiana.
Why am I doing this?
Religion check on chocolate. Religion check on chocolate.
22.
Amazing.
We needed that for the fight. This is how we die. We used the 22 on the chocolate reading.
I'm gonna send you something.
Oh my god.
Can you read mine?
I love this. So the
Oh,
book that I
wanna
just pulled
know.
out is actually an old like party tricks book that's related to like divination as entertainment, and there is actually a section in the book for reading tea leaves for like party entertainment.
A fun fact, I know how to read tea leaves.
Yeah?
Hell yeah.
This book I don't trust to do any kind of actual divination because of when it was published and how it was published. It is entirely a how to be the life of the party by doing these spooky seance things.
Yeah, no, that was one of the things I find reading tea leaves to be fascinating. So I did a lot of research and some learning and can in fact read tea leaves, so
That's awesome.
I tried for a while when I was a kid because I thought it was a great practice. Like I loved the idea of being able to know that kind of symbolism that comes along with reading tea leaves.
Bonnie,
I
you
never
need to
picked it up.
Bonnie, you need to tell your dogs to stop barking because they can't have chocolate, even though we're reading chocolate leaves. They can't have the chocolate.
killing me.
Reading chocolate
so much.
leaves.
Okay.
The chocolate leaves.
Tati, what's my future?
Wait, hang on.
What does the chocolate say?
What does the chocolate say?
What does the chocolate say? Fucking same brain, my dude.
What does the chocolate say?
Ding, 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 ding,
I
ding.
know. What does the chalk say?
Banter
Well, it
among
says-
yourselves for a couple minutes.
I think Diana is like anxiously kind of peering over, like also kind of wanting her chocolate curls red, but like, you know, Diana tries so hard sometimes to be like, I am serious Amazon, but then has the twinkle and the childlike wonder. She is the baby of the group. Fun fact. She is the youngest at 86.
I would love to do the math sometime of all of our relative lifespans and see and like determine the actual true baby of the group. Because if you go by relativity, I bet we'll get a different answer.
Yes, Diana is technically in her mid-20s, I think, according to nymph age. It's very elven.
I'd love
So
to do
what-
I'd love to do the math on that.
Wait, do it.
We
do
know
it,
that by
do it, do
years,
it.
Adrian is the eldest.
Yes.
True.
By chronological years.
Okay.
Jay.
So I will literally do the math on this right now. Diana, you're 86. So 86, if we're
and
working off of
nymph
it,
years.
if
We get-
nymphs
we get-
have a similar
We can do that
age.
off stream.
Okay.
Tatiana, you're back.
Okay. Join us for a bonus episode where Evelyn calculates the actual ages of everybody.
Don't do like post-stream talkbacks anymore because now we've got campaigns running on Saturdays.
Okay.
We don't get credit anymore.
So, do you want me to read what you sent me, or can I?
You could do your own pool.
Oh my god, I love you.
You rolled high.
Look what we're doing!
Yes.
Free tarot redeem.
Hell yeah.
Free tarot redeem. So I'm going to read your guys'...
Just try to make it under 2 minutes.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I know tarot can go like a half hour per person.
Okay, I'm a faster reader, but I have little hands. Shut up. I have little hands.
Also, can I say hello, Turk? Turk is one of the, Turk said, back in my day, Sidon was sexy and we were glad for it.
I was like, glad for it. No, thank you. Alrighty.
You mean Sidon isn't the hot shark man from Breath of the Wild?
No.
Always.
Alright, Evelyn.
Oh boy, a swords card. I am great
That means you
with
get to
swords.
stab Gaius.
Yeah, I know, that's what that means.
They have great luck with swords.
3 of Swords up. Oh. Oh. Oh.
What's in
What did you do?
Oh.
What does the chocolate tell you?
God damn it.
What was it? 3 of Swords?
Yeah.
It did come reversed, but I like to hold them upright because these are gold foil and they're very pretty. So you got the 3. So you got the 3 of Swords in reverse, technically. So it came like this.
Okay.
Okay. So
I mean, for Kreia.
For Kreia, that means overcoming depression, optimism, forgiveness, compromise, and releasing of emotions. So it could be a worse thing. The opposite is that misery and heartache. When the 3 of Swords comes up, so we're looking at your your chocolate shavings. Let me see. You know, she's gonna kind of tilt it and. Well, Kreia, it looks like you may have just recently had some sort of breakthrough, possibly before we came on, or I mean, even after. I know that finding out the Sidon as your grandfather really was rough on you. But you and this person may hopefully come to an understanding or be able to communicate. I don't know if that's going to work, but I'm proud of you for trying.
I don't know if Sidon and I are gonna really be able to come to an understanding.
Well, we can try. This also, though, it points to. It looks like you're gonna be. It points towards optimism and that you have the ability to see the sun through your even through the darkest days, and that you're willing to accept faults and any faults that you think that you may have, and you are willing to work towards being a better and stronger person.
Okay.
Is the chocolate trying to gaslight Kreia?
This is what
All
happens
right,
when you
who's
read the
next? I'm not reading my own chocolate.
I will pass you my mug so you can read my chocolate.
Make me another religion check.
Cal is really just like staring at the bottom of the cup, wishing that it would not be stuck at the bottom of the cup and just be drinkable.
Be drinkable. That is a 19.
Okay, you do a pull for Diana.
Yay!
Adrian is just like, before being red, just swiping his finger on the bottom, tasting the chocolate.
My hands are so small. I'm struggling.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Thank you.
When you roll a 19 for religion, but a 2 for sleight of hand.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. Not quite a nat one. You did better than a fail. Also, I appreciate Turk telling me that they can't wait to see what happens with Diana's bone to pick with the cult of Lutheria, and I'm very scared.
Sorry, I have to do this a little bit funnier because I don't know what it means, but Diana, your chocolate, it kind of in the cup. It kind of definitely
running.
exploded.
Suddenly, you just see the cup like there's a little bit of liquid still left, and it sloshes just a bit, and it's just like, oh no, I didn't finish the chocolate. I am so sorry, Tati. Did you get it on your clothes?
All right, there we go. Oh, more swords. Oh, more swords.
More swords.
Oops, all swords.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of swords in reverse.
Oh boy. All right. I'm not worried at all. Jocelyn is extremely worried. I know Tarot. Diana has no clue. I'm just like, I'm only mildly taller than Tati, so I am trying to like peer over her shoulder as she, because I think I'm like, what? How tall are you again, Tati?
6'4" in my high heels.
Okay, I am 6'6", so I'm only 2 inches taller than you, and I'm just kind of like craning my head.
Alrighty.
The two talls.
Yeah.
Cray and Adrian just in the background as the short kings.
Yep.
Short king energy. So, you know, again, we've got... Well, Diana, dear.
Yes, should I be concerned?
Damn dogs.
Love has dogs, they run in.
Yeah. You know, so are you look like you've got something that's kind of been eating at the back of your mind? Is there anything that's been lingering or you're struggling to come to terms with, but that you really feel you need to come clean about? Or that you need to be honest with yourself?
I think of the bracelets in my pocket and and just go, well, I did mention her. I don't think now is the time.
Well, you know, that actually lines up because the way that your chocolate shavings are arranged in the bottom of your cup.
Oh my gosh.
It really suggests that right now is not the best time to pursue that particular adventure, but that it's okay to kind of set it back for a minute and take a breath and move forward slowly.
You see very much in the I'm not crying, I have allergies move. Just like, yes, of course. Excuse me, I need to, love, do you have any more chocolate? And I just try to like distract
Tati. Thank you for that. I appreciate you.
Thank you for letting me have that.
Absolutely. Would you like a pull for the deck of many things for that?
Oh, wouldn't that like be really bad?
It can either be really bad or it can be really good. Last time I had pulled from the deck of many things.
Oh, it's gonna be bad.
I'm just offering the chance.
Oh,
Tatiana
God.
is the epitome of prophecy and oracle, and if anyone gets a moment,
you for the deck of many things with Peter, and what did you give me?
A dick.
A dick of many things.
So, okay, all right then. Where's this deck of many things coming from?
I'll
catch you on this.
I am the deck of many things is a figurative thing as a manifestation of their powers in this moment is how I'm doing this.
From 2 chocolate readings?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, do you not feel magical after drinking some chalky milk? Thank you.
It could be good or bad, and you have the choice to say no. I'm not
Tati,
forcing
do it.
anyone.
Tati.
Tati says do it.
Do it.
Okay. Oh,
You gotta risk it
God.
to get the biscuit.
Have fun in a crystal.
Yeah, have fun in the crystal.
You mother. I
Yeah,
love the deck of many things. It's one of my favorite items in the whole game.
I just want to point
I
out
will
for
find
once it's
moments
not
for all of
critical.
you. Good moments to reward.
Oh, okay, Evelyn.
Although-
You better keep that promise. I'm gonna hold you to it. I better
Same
get my
here.
deck money
promise.
Same here. Same
You guys
here.
will
I
have
want
the
it.
opportunity. Have fun,
I just
Lord.
want to point out, for once, it's not Adrian or Kreia. No. No.
No, what did you pull?
Oops, we don't have a cleric.
Level 4 knight to follow us around. Please, no.
So,
Well, guys,
How
this has been
long does
Odyssey of
this
the
last?
DragonLords. It's been
Does this
Wait.
apply to like standard rules?
Wait, which one is it? I missed it.
until you long rest.
Okay, noted. Thank you.
Wait, what? I totally missed it. Someone text it to me, please.
Did it? I have not said
It
it.
hasn't been revealed.
Oh shit. Okay.
So,
I don't reveal any of this stuff until it becomes pertinent in character. So you guys
Sounds
are just
good.
gonna have to sit and twist.
Why?
in that moment, you hear a knocking at the door.
Are you expecting anyone, love?
No, I live pretty to myself.
I am immediately gonna like walk to the door and wait with fists freaking ready.
Lav walks over, opens the door, and you see a familiar face. Kira, the goddess of music, walks in and goes, "Oh, wow, wowie. You have really gotten yourself in a mess."
Hi, Kira.
Yeah. No shit.
Hi, how are you? How have you guys been?
Hi.
Didn't you just say it? I mean, really? You
Well,
said it
sure.
perfectly. We've gotten
Well, I
ourselves in a mess.
I didn't know if you guys were wanting to be kind. Hi, Love. And Love just nods and kind of heads back without really speaking much. And Kira leans over and goes, "So, you guys are the prophecy, and now you're just sacrificing yourself?"
We're
It's
planning
more
to make.
complicated than that. Excuse
Versi
me.
is
There's a lot
pissed.
going on. Yeah, I'm sure Versi is pissed. We're not exactly. Do you think we're excited to be sacrificing ourselves?
You guys are all competitive. I was going to follow up with, so how are we going to do this?
Oh,
We've already got a plan.
I'm pretty sure if I die a third time, I get a free iced coffee.
Okay, but you have to bring it back from the afterlife, obviously. Kira, we would love to have your help. But we do have a plan. Perhaps Kreia can run by what our plan is, and you can give us any constructive criticism.
So, the plan we have so far is that at 3 p.m. we get changed. We start the 6 hours
Continue.
or whatever of preparation. Eventually, we get chained to the rock. We're gonna make sure that one of us, Adrian, does not get chained to the rock with a minor illusion and a distraction. That way, we can utilize as much time as possible, and we're not taking an extra time to like undo all the stuff. And then Adrian is going to undo Diana, and then the two of them are going to continue to undo the rest of us. After that, it is a waiting game. It is survive until as best we can, wisely use our spell slots. We each have a thing that we're focusing on. What do you have to offer?
Well, I can't take an act against Sidon, so I can't intervene. But I can ensure you that no one else does. And perhaps I'll talk to Pythor. I'll make sure that no one from the army is allowed to enter unless you guys break the ritual. That way you guys don't have to worry about dealing with army on the side. But I do think that they should be allowed in the gates, and I think Pythor would agree to that.
And as long as we remain on that island with the stone, we don't break the ritual.
That's typically how it's done, yes.
We're allowed to
Okay.
reach into the water and grab something, right? As long as my feet remain on the island?
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
Okay. Kira, we appreciate you more than you can possibly know.
Tell that to me when you're alive.
That's going to be a problem for me, but thank you.
And Kira's gonna pause and look at Cal. You have something new.
Mm-hmm.
Calcia. I've not felt them ever.
Apparently, you're not alone in that.
Well, there were more than just 2 Titans. So the myth goes. I've done quite a bit of digging into it. There was a few Titans that used to roam the world. That on Lutheria all but murdered all of them.
Apparently, Calcia was imprisoned.
I remember a song once talked about a chasm of volcanic and tectonic shifting, something about running and hiding in a volcano, and the kind of the chasm shifting and locking them away, but no one's ever found anything. I do know there is a island that they do ritual sacrifices to a sleeping god.
The Island of Fire.
I think that's the one.
My line survived sacrifice on the Island of Fire.
Inside in Lutheria, probably watch your every move. Especially if you've come into this power. They're not going to let you guys go freely. All of you. There is more than what meets the eyes. This might just seem like Titans fighting. The gods may not seem to be helping, but trust me, we are doing what we can. We are bound by certain rules, oaths that we swore a long time ago. Oaths we can't talk about. When the oath piece is broken and Titans start falling, or at least I hope they still fall instead of us, the whole landscape of the world is going to change. Perhaps you build your own cities and settlements and wage war. Armies, build armies against them. But let's finish those 3 trials first. Kind of gives you a little wink and stands up and goes, anything else?
Thank you.
Glad to help. And they turn around and just go out the door.
Well, at least we know we have some help with that issue.
One less thing to deal with. So we just have to worry about the harpies.
Does everyone have the beeswax in their pockets?
I'm going to go over and hand one of the lockpicks I just bought over to Diana. I'm going to hold up the extra set and be like, does anybody else feel like they'll be able to use these?
I doubt I'm as expert at them as you are, but I might be able to.
Just a quick smile. I have the utmost faith in you, Cal, and I hand them over.
I was like, I'm not dexterous, so no.
Yeah, you definitely see as Diana takes them, she goes, well, I've never picked a lock before, but we'll see how it goes.
It's fairly easy. Left, right, up, down, click.
Do you think I'm all right? I'm sure I'll remember. Right, left, already. Yeah, I know. I know exactly what it is. Just
all right. Is there anything else you guys are doing?
Love.
Yes,
Do you
Terry.
know how old those oaths might be that Kira spoke of?
Assuming she's talking about the Oath of Peace, 500 years.
They have to be recorded somewhere. They can't speak of them, but they have to be recorded somewhere.
I know that you can see the oath on display in Mitros, but there is no... It is clear the gods promised more than what is written. There are conflicting stories, history that has been erased. I mean, if this is true about new titans, I mean, that type of rumor would send the entirety of Thylia into chaos. Perhaps they're allies, though.
They seem to be. They are against Lutheria and Sidon. Seemingly spared by their own entrapment.
Let's think about today.
Thank you, love.
Else? Anything else you guys want to do before you guys head off to be sacrificed?
What? I'm sorry, what?
What?
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
Sacrificed.
This is only sacrificed if it's in the peninsula of Sacrificed.
If it's not, it's just sparkling death.
What?
Sorry, I just have a stroke. It's like because I literally watched Evelyn go.
Sir Hecalon, it was not just you.
I know everybody had to do a double. I looked at Churdy and Churdy's going,
No, I knew exactly where that punchline was going, and I did not want to interface with it at all, but I was along for the ride.
Oh,
Tonight is so unhinged. I need to go. Hey, Mom, seriously, come pick me up. I'm scared.
I don't know if we're going to make it.
Mom, can I come downstairs?
Mom, I know you're in California, but can you come get me?
I am
Alrighty.
trying to think if we know anybody else in town that we might benefit from going to see. We
Only one's
really
left is
haven't
Pyther.
gone anywhere else, though, right? Except for fucking Dad that I want to slap every time I see him.
Yeah, I don't know that
Dad.
going to Pythor is necessarily going to be super helpful because I don't think he's really in a state to do anything.
What about
Yeah.
the temple? We kept alluding that we'd go there.
The
Is it
Temple
worth?
of Mitra.
Yeah.
Well,
Going
the
to
temple. The temple was to figure out the rules of the sacrifice, but since we got the rules from Gaius, I don't. Unless there's another reason y'all want to go to the temple.
And the temple is still waiting for you to retrieve the horn of Balmitra.
Right. We have we have the exclamation point quest marker there.
Oh my god. Well,
currently.
now it's a question mark because
Yeah,
we've already
that's right.
accepted it.
Yeah.
I mean, and just hear me out. What if we go stab Gaius first?
No, we can't go stab Gaius. We have
No,
We have to
Yeah,
do that
dude.
after.
Go for it.
If
I
we don't
think
do
we want
we'll
him out of
die.
his lair. He
If
is in
we-
the boss room. We
Yeah. If we don't
Secret
have the
layer
big
actions.
boss key yet.
If there's nothing
Um,
else, we can skip ahead to Sacrificed.
No.
Fine, but I'm going to complain the whole time.
Like, we're so deadpan, but I'm gonna complain the whole time.
Hold on. We missed you last
Alright.
week, Dubas.
We did.
We
Those
did.
guys
too.
do.
Yeah. I know that at least throughout some of that, after, of course, doing farewells and everything at Lob's place, Cal is going to be spending a lot of time staring at the new pendant, going, the fuck do you do? Why have you fucked up my brain?
Why are you here?
That's a pretty interesting rock you have.
And you see that Aaron is flying overhead. I've sent him up to kind of like be a little inconspicuous, so that it's not like it's not associated with me when Aaron eventually flies in and does a distraction. So I basically have sent Aaron ahead to call down when I'm ready.
Alrighty.
My little Stimpy Osprey little guy.
Can we
You
get
guys-
into poop nuts and bolts on Gaius? Is that a distraction?
Hey, Magic, can I have it poop nuts and bolts on Gaius?
I don't think that Vulcan programmed the flying bird to shit nuts and bolts.
Why not?
That was not on the list of to-dos.
Now, would this be smithing tools or tinkering tools to teach
I'm
you
just
how?
glad you guys didn't dress up 3 cows as you guys and put them up there, okay?
It would have been a good plan. I don't know
We talked about it.
We talked about it.
The sun heads up, hits midday, and you guys spend most of the time at Lav's kind of in silence, waiting for the moment.
More hot chocolate, please. Thank you.
Tatiana reads for whoever over and over again, and you just recant a lot of memories. It's roughly 2:30, and you start to head down towards the Rock of Estor as you realize it is now your time to make your appearance. And I think unexpectedly, your group, that was the cutest thing I've ever seen. Your group doesn't realize the sheer amount of numbers that start to form, as it's almost like a procession of
Thanks,
you
I
all
hate it.
walking down towards the Rock of Estor.
Listen, I'm just enough of an asshole.
As you guys make it towards the southern gates, and you find yourself face to face with Commander Gaius, and he has on either side of him 3 guards, and he goes, I see. So you guys are following up on your promise.
Well, of course we would follow up. Did you think that we were cowards?
Well,
Yeah.
probably. Most people in the city are.
Well, good thing I'm not from this city. So,
I whisper to Adrian, he's really bad at comebacks, but he thinks he's really good at comebacks, and it makes him even more insufferable.
I know.
So if you would please stand in front, doff your swords.
We
Yes,
don't
sir.
have our weapons.
Where are they? You left them to someone?
Of course,
Nonetheless.
they have use somewhere else.
You told us to make peace before we died, so we made peace.
My
Deposited
guards
our
would
weapons.
still
with
like to
friends.
inspect to make sure you have no daggers or anything left on you.
Oh, bummer. And here I thought you would inspect me yourself.
pat me down, baby.
I can inspect you myself if you like. And he walks right up to you, and he gets in your face, and his breath just has like that staleness to it.
I
Yep.
hate him. I hate him.
I hate it.
They are now
Kill
going to
him!
search your body. You guys all have the beeswax, which was an illegal item that you guys were not allowed to bring.
I don't have pockets. It's in my bra.
So
I deposited the wax and the tools in the thick boot that I'm wearing.
I need you all to make a stealth check with
Okay.
Diana and Adrian at disadvantage for having 2 items, for having the lockpick as well,
That would be me as well.
and Cal. Correct.
Oh, God.
Although I did have a rather clever thought of what I was going to do with the beeswax, which was to like tuck it like into the fold of my body, like in under my armpit.
That's actually a really good idea.
Mine is stuck to my fur. Oh, that's just a piece of dirt. That's not a piece of... What are you talking about?
I got a 17 on stealth.
Kreia,
19.
Tati. What'd you get, Tati?
I got an 8.
Nice.
No.
Cal.
14.
Okay, Adrian.
14.
Okay. Tati,
Motherfucker puts his hand in my bra. I'm gonna bite his arm off. Like straight up right now. I need you to know that you're gonna make me roll it. We're gonna roll initiative if this man touches me in that capacity.
As he starts to go up your legs, and he is just feeling every bit of you.
I hate this.
He looks around and goes, well, he rolled a natural 1.
Yes! Yes!
Wait, that's a thing. Isn't that a thing?
Yeah,
It's a verse.
wait. No. It's
Damn it.
no, it's not a verse because it's an attacker saving throw.
Okay, but you're gonna write a poem about how Gaius sucks anyway, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Can I
if the
help?
DM allows it, I don't.
Hit me up afterwards. I'll relook at the verbiage.
Yeah, I don't. We don't need to make this a verse. I think we're good because it's only attacks and saving throws.
Tati, as he starts to kind of go and feel you up, he does so in an intrusive, like an inappropriate manner. I won't go into detail. And he becomes kind of enamored. And he just kind of goes, nothing here, but you are nice and anyway. And he just steps away.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do we like, as that's going, do we then like move towards the rock?
Not yet.
Okay.
This
Well,
is like
when
on
he-
display in front of everyone.
I mean, that's fine.
can
This
I-
is my whole life.
Have the opportunity for an intimidation?
How would you like to intimidate?
Cal is incensed with this guy and is just starting to snarl. And depending how, well or poorly things go with this, I can elaborate on that
Make an
descriptor.
intimidation roll. Go ahead.
Would
Yeah.
I be able to
Can I give the
it,
help action?
like the aid action on this one? Because I feel like at this point, Adrian is just drooling like a dog ready to bite.
Or Tati helping is what Bonnie just said.
I
I will
I'm
allow it
laughing.
because Tati definitely would have smacked his hand away from her bosom.
For me.
Yes. So
Okay,
you
so
can give the help. Yeah.
so this is kind of at moments like this, she's less combative and more like, all right, you like talk shit. Essentially, she's like, okay, you know what? If you want to feel me up, fine, feel me up. See what happens. But he gets flustered. We love it. She wins this round. Because he was a dick to her the day before. So it's become like a personal vendetta in her mind when they were at the rock and giving their names, and we're all like, yeah, we're all gonna stand on the rock together in a show of solidarity. And he was a douchebag. She's like, nobody discounts the fact that I'm hot. Fuck you. Now it's on. So what she's gonna do is she's gonna fix her clothes, tuck everything back up, and she's just gonna give him a little pat on the cheek. And when she does that, she's gonna shove a mint leaf in his mouth. Fucking brush your teeth next time.
Cal, what'd you get on that intimidation?
23.
Hell yeah!
It's about to be PP Pants City.
And I 100%, I'm going to say that Diana is holding Adrian back, which is the only reason. It's just like, no, this is not worth it.
Tatiana, as you plop the mint leaf in his mouth, he sucks on your finger as you pull it out. And he chews on it a little bit and spits it on the ground and goes, perhaps you guys would be better off without armor. Cal, what do you do to intimidate?
insufferable cur. And there's just the slightest little bit of black smoke that comes out of their mouth as they just stare into his soul.
But perhaps we did have an agreement. And he just steps back and moves back, but this time behind a line of his guard.
Who's the coward now?
I'm still here.
Again, what the fuck is with the comebacks? There's actually comebacks.
I'm still here.
Just looking at Adrian and Cray, like, does he think he's witty? Like, I don't.
No, he does not think he's witty. He just has very no sense of humor.
Right,
no sense of
humorless.
he's like straight up.
All right.
Guards, let's start with the anointing process. The next few hours, from beyond the river, you hear a low gurgling as the centaurs from across the river start chanting. A very rhythmic and war drum-like chanting that seems to fill the air with a little bit of static. Everyone is silent for the entire 6 hours. And about 5 hours in, a large dragon comes over the city and lands beside Gaius as he starts to just kind of pet the dragon. It's about 15 minutes before 9. You guys have been anointed, sung at, annoyed, and Pythor decides to join at this moment.
Yes! Diana literally is just the most, like, the twinkle in her eye is gone. She is just standing there like, I have never been more bored in my entire fucking life.
My rage is the only thing fueling me right now. There's nothing more. I don't care if I survive this. I want Gaius dead with me.
Pythor walks up with pep in his step, and it is clear the inebriation is gone. Although the signs of fatigue are still there, and weariness of the months of drinking and the recovery that is going to be needed. Here you are. The 5. The 5 of the prophecy. Saving Astoria from the Order of Sidon, from taking their precious Anora. Praise to the 5. Praise to you each for saving Astoria's finest and greatest next ruler. Your sacrifice, and as they look at you when they say sacrifice, they give a wink, will not be for vain, and we will appreciate it for many, many ages. Do you have any final last words? Correa?
I want to insight check that wink.
Go for it. Adrian?
I would just like to look up and say, heart my final words, Gaius can eat an entire barrel of dicks.
As you say that, an arrow flies right by your cheek. And Gaius goes, careful. I know you're already at death's door.
He won't count for your sacrifice if you kill him first.
Bitch, this isn't even my first rodeo.
Thank you for stating the obvious. That is why the arrow was beside him.
I got an 18.
Is that even my first rodeo?
With a 19...
18.
18. With an 18. The wink tells you... I need to double check DMs. The wink tells you that he also gives a little bit of a curl of a smile when he says sacrifice. Not in malice, not in excitement. But you also notice in this moment that Kira is in the crowd, in the distance behind him. And had arrived similarly at the same time.
Cool.
Gaius steps up and goes, all right.
Do the rest of us not get last words? Do only a couple of
say
people
something.
get last words?
Say something.
Kreia pulls out a scroll. They're going down being annoying.
How do
What
I
does
get
it
past
say?
the body search?
Well, I mean, they rolled a stealth check, so I mean.
And Kreia reads, basically they're filibustering.
Oh my god.
So they are going to read what to today would amount to likely they're going to start reading what would likely amount to something similar to like a fan fiction you wrote in high school, but it's long and it's a poem and it's not poorly written, but it is long.
Make
and
me a
it's
performance check.
about like heroes who like went out and it's about these heroes and they go out and they fucking kill stuff. I ran out of steam.
They fucking kill stuff.
I ran out of steam. Okay, so that's a 24.
They allow you to go on for what seems like ages to you. For about 10 minutes, I'd say. Before Gaius himself comes up and takes his sword and just runs it through the paper you're holding.
Wow.
I
The
pull
entire
the paper
barrel.
off the sword and I roll it back up and I say, well, I guess there's no appreciation for the arts in the cult of Sidon, is there?
Not for ones like yourself.
Wow. Wow.
This. Wow. Okay, that was aggressive.
I'm sure you've
Listen.
seen hold on. Go ahead.
Listen, you want something else? You want some other type of performance? I got plenty of other acts. I have last words for days. Words are my forte. Words are what I do. I'm all about words. You know, language is truly one of the highest forms of art. Poetry captures our time from the beginning of humanity, starting with the oral tradition of our ancestors and working its way up through the creation of the stone tablet and the clay tablet into our relatively modern invention of paper and parchments. Language is something that connects us all, and to inhibit a living being's final speech on this earth, don't you think that that's a little, inhumane?
Diana is listening intently.
He's just going to lean into you and goes, I hope that you and Telemach Arcleander have fun in the abyss. Kreia, to reminder, Telemach was the grave where he was seen slaughtering men, women, centaurs, satyrs, and cyclopses.
You know what? When I see him, I'll tell him you said hi.
Thank you. And he turns around and goes, guards, to the rock.
Excuse me, I didn't get to have final words.
This is what you get.
He looks up and goes, I think your satyr friend used all of your words up. You only get about 600 words a day.
You are a coward, and the whole world will soon know it.
The entire barrel.
You think
it's funny
you are...
that you call me a coward. I do not
Nobody
sit here and
cares.
hide.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. If you were strong, you would show your strength through being who you are. You don't show your strength through being who you are. You instead posture. That is not strength. So get over yourself.
Well, who would know? He kind of looks over to the audience, making a gesture. Who would know that your famed ones of the prophecy are also delusional? Is this who you want to heal you? To be yours? No. These are merely fake imposters, useless bags of flesh.
I look at Adrian and I say loudly enough, is he still talking?
I disassociated 30 minutes ago. I'm just ready to die if I hear one more word
At this
out of
point, the guards are grabbing your hands and knocking them behind your back as they push you down towards the Rock of Estor.
The power of one becomes a tide of many. Cal lifts their voice. Community is built through care for a stranger. Each one of you has the capacity to care for one other person. Imagine the tidal wave you can become.
At this moment, I make eye contact with Kreia, and as I see the guard reaching to shackle Adrian's hands.
Magic, what is the order that we are in right now? Because it's yeah.
Go ahead and put yourself in order on the map, and I will flip over for everyone else to see.
Ooh, I didn't know there was a map.
So we would have discussed this. Adrian, we definitely discussed this in character at some point. Oh. Adrian needs to be in the center. And I need to be at the
We did discuss this.
Yeah.
Yes. Kreia and Tati would have ended up on different ends from one another. And Adrian is in the center.
Yeah. I mean,
based on the conversation that we've had so far.
Yeah. So someone then needs to move in between where...
I'll move. Oh, there we go.
In that order. And as you start to pull the chains up, they start. There are 5 guards, one for each of you, that are kind of pulling them up. In that moment that you guys are getting shackled to the rock, you hear someone from the crowd, a voice that sounds oddly like love, say, "Fire in the vineyards!" And you see a scattering of people as they half of them start to like look around, and some run back to go deal with the vineyards, because there's anything that they know is not to fuck that shit up. And a bell rings, and you see Kira at the front gates ringing the bell, and Pythor takes off first, as if to set an example. In this moment, I will allow you to cast Minor Illusion with a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
The DC has been lowered.
Okay, cool. What is my sleight of hand? Okay. You've been doing well for me tonight. Please continue to do well for me. This is an important role. Fuck off.
You got this.
We have faith in you.
You shouldn't. Oh, and you shouldn't have. That is indeed a 13.
I set the DC at 10.
Yes!
Oh my god.
Because a fire vineyard would definitely cause a lot of ruckus. So
yes, it would.
It's going to be a difficulty 15 without it. Okay. So, Kreia, you under your hand just kind of, and the shackles around Adrian look as if they've been clasped around, although they are just kind of hanging there open. So it still looks like they're put on him, but they look clasped as where they're not actually. And Adrian, you're able to feel that lack of pressure. Because I believe it was you were doing that on Adrian, correct?
Yes.
Cool. They then proceed to put the rest of you in the shackles. And what you notice is you have a little bit of leeway, about 10 feet of movement from your current positions, where the chains kind of give you, so you can kind of walk around it. It's not like you're being strapped, tied to the road, wrapped around it. And the guards finish and kind of run off into the distance, expecting a quick arrival of whatever is to ultimately meet your demise. And they go to the banks, and at this point, it's like half cleared of people dealing with whatever's going on. Some people who remained, obviously people who are not part of the vineyard aspect. And Gaius goes, enough of this. It is time. You are now offered as a sacrifice to appease the Lord of Storms. Remain here until the sun rises. If you step away from the rock, the city will suffer the wrath of Sidon. And so the oath shall be. And he flicks his hand up. And as he does, you see kind of like this imaginary, like this is magic barrier kind of appear around, as if imbuing the area in some type of sacred rite, something that Tatiana, you would definitely be aware of. It's just kind of the affirmation of it coming into a hold. And in this moment, he goes, now I've agreed with Pythor in a meeting with Kira, that wicked wench, that our armies will not come down as long as you stay over there. Now, to ensure the proper go of this, I would like to I've been allotted 3 harpies to fly around and make sure that you do not attempt to leave. And now's the fun part, where we get to sit and watch you act like fools. And he just leans back and puts his feet up again, as you see 3 harpies appear, flying around in a circle, just kind of cawing around. And at this point, we are going to go to light initiative. Toggle combat state. And I need to get you guys to toggle combat state.
So the harpies aren't like actively attacking us.
No, they are surveying around, keeping you on the rock.
Okay.
Yet.
Tatiana.
As far as light initiative goes, because I messed up reading one of my things earlier, I would like to go first, because this will essentially put me out.
Oh, well, it depends on what you roll. We're rolling initiative.
Oh, I thought you were... Fuck me.
Nope, we are going straight into initiative.
I hate you.
It's the only way that I can maintain, because a lot of things
life.
are going to happen here in a second. Tatiana, take a long rest. You're damaged.
What do you mean I'm damaged?
I have you at half health.
Oh, I am damaged. I did hit... There we go.
Your vessel seems to be impacted. Tatiana, what did you roll?
A natural 20.
For a total of?
22.
Cal?
I got a rock. I got a 9.
Kreia?
7.
Diana?
21.
Harpies will roll, but they will not be doing anything this turn. All right. That's going to start off with...
What about Adrian?
Adrian rolled in game, so he automatically populated.
Got it.
He got a 14 for you guys. Tatiana, you are up first. Your wish is my command.
Thank you. Look, oh my god, you finally understand your place. I'm so proud of you. You don't even look at me. Fuck you, bitch. Anyway, so because I messed it up, I'm gonna do the prophetic trance. I messed it up earlier. I don't just hold on to the rolls. I forgot it's only in that 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead. Sit.
As a point of order, we had 6 hours to sit there.
Mm-hmm.
Is it not possible that you could have done your prophetic trance in the 10 minutes previous?
Because I don't hold the rolls at all. I only hold them in that 10 minutes.
Right. But like we can watch the sun going down, right? Do we not? I guess that's a timing call. Because the purpose was that you were supposed to do them before the thing. And you would have had the presence of mind to do that, right?
I don't maintain them.
Yeah,
they last for 10 minutes.
No, I had the trance itself is 10 minutes, and I have the rolls for that time.
Oh, and during the trance.
Yes.
Okay, I was misunderstanding.
So, given where things are at right now, and the particular my particular set of skills, it makes the most sense for me to be able to assist you guys in this way, because ideally because these two dice have been rolling the same numbers together all night, so I'm gonna if I can get well enough, if there's something that you guys end up doing, and then I can help you in this way, but there's not much that I can do by lieu of prep.
Yeah. What Tatiana does is when they go into the trance for 10 minutes, they're able to use those rolls. Once they come out of the trance, they can no longer use those rolls.
Gotcha.
Yeah! It's a 16 and a nat 20.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty. So Tatiana, you see Tatiana hold their hands behind them, and their eyes just close, and their feet begin to hover just ever so slightly. Diana.
I'm going to hold my turn and have the trigger be Adrian undoing my manacles. So as soon as the manacles are undone, I'm moving to grab the weapons.
Okay. Adrian.
I'm gonna kind of look back and forth. I'm imagining imagine me with you, if you will, Return of the Jedi, Luke, R2, everybody doing that dun, dun, dun. Immediately throw them off, and I'm going to undo Diana's shackles.
Okay, I need you to make me a dexterity check.
With the Thieves' Tool proficiency, right?
With Thieves' Tools, yes.
All right.
You see Gaius calling from the seeing you kind of brandish your or don your shackles down. He just kind of looks over and goes, I see. Gonna make this challenging.
Well, he didn't undo my shackles because that's a hot 7.
Oh.
Does not meet the DC. So you start fiddling with the lock as your action, and you're just trying to fix it, and it's not giving.
Do you want me to hold on to my stuff?
Please, I think it would be good to get us this so I can go get the weapons.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Doofus, go ahead and take the 16.
Cool. So 16 will turn that into a 21.
Beats the DC. You see as Diana just goes, and the shackles drop down.
I'm gonna reach into my pockets, pop the beeswax into my boot, pop the beeswax into my ears. Actually, before I do the weapons, I'm going to actually go to open another set of shackles. So Krea's right next to me. So I am going to pull out my thieves' tools and work on Krea's shackles. I am not proficient in these, so it is just a dex roll.
Okay.
That is 12.
Does not beat the DC.
How do you do this so fast? That's my turn.
You see
should be
now,
sorry.
as you're taking your turn to kind of undo them, the harpies, guys kind of lose up and does this with his hand. You see the harpies dip about 10 feet closer.
How high up are they now?
They were about 50 feet up in the air. They're about 40 feet now.
Okay.
Cal.
Was that me? Foundry yelled at me at the same time that you said it was my name, saying that I was next, not that I was now, and it completely drowned you out. And I was like, wait, me? Okay, so Cal's gonna try to do the thieves' tools as well on their own manacles.
Okay. Gotta make me that dexterity check.
4.
Does not meet the DC. You see as Cal and Diana are just fumbling around with them, making a bunch of clinking noise.
How do you do this? Wait, I can't hear you. I have beeswax in my ears. Anyway.
Diana just yelling. Kreia, you're up.
Well, I got nothing. I'm gonna hold my action. Well, actually, I can give a bardic to who wants a bard? Who's getting a bardic?
I would say Diana.
Diana. All right, Diana, you can have a bardic.
I don't have proficiency, so I appreciate you. That's a D6.
Yes, D6.
Thank you kindly.
I was about to pull the critical roll, like, the the metagame bird. I can't talk. I'm scared.
I can't talk. I'm scared.
In that moment, you see one of the harpies swoop down and land right on top of the walk. Its nails just kind of digging into the stone on top as it kind of peers over and kind of chitters down at you guys. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. So that's going to be a wrap for today. Stuck on the rock.
Heck.
We're going to pop us back over to cast no table. Nope. Come on. Hit the button. Nope. All right. Sheesh.
No button for you.
Sheesh.
Diana just going.
It's left, right, up, down, click.
I do absolutely love the thought of this harpy just looking down and going, "Can I help you?" And then it goes straight to credits.
Yeah, Kreia just going, Can I help you with something? End of episode.
Yeah, it's very like calm, cool, collected, like looking up, arms behind. Can I help you?
So, you guys are on the Rock of Estor, and you guys will come back to that battle next episode. I had a lot of fun. This was an awesome session. Really, really exciting. I've really enjoyed and had a lot of fun. And it was great to see some new people pop in, like the Divine Ruler. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome in. And Turk Exon, thank you so much for stopping in. I know you are also running Odyssey the DragonLords, if I remember correctly. And I love how they all defended Kyra. Who?
Yeah, you were an asshole to Kyra. How dare you?
I did decide in this one to not have them constantly around. I'm not sure if you guys did the same, but I am gonna make them make appearances. So.
Ooh, Turk is about to throw hands.
I mean, their character art, they're hot. So.
Wait, what? Where's the picture?
I need this for research.
Pictures of all the characters. We love Kyra. How dare you?
I mean, we appreciate Kyra, but
yeah,
they're more like a all-seeing eye.
Yeah.
Any vitriol we throw towards Kira, blame Randall.
He really is Randall.
None of it. And
Well, and like she was kind of our training wheels too. Like in comparison to the other gods that we have had contact with, definitely on the better side in comparison to this group, right? Like Pythor did not make a good impression, and Cal's lingering daddy issues did not make that any better. Like, so like in comparison, could
Cal
we
has daddy issues.
We will be back next week for episode 9, where we will conclude what's going on here. And if you want to catch up on any of our other episodes, we do host those over on any podcast platform down below, or you could go to our Patreon and get it ad-free. As well, this Saturday, we will be having Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden, GM'd by our very own Tatiana. A brand new adventure starting out this weekend, and a second new adventure starting out next weekend. So you're kind of at the precipice of a lot of new adventures, which means we can make a lot of new friends and hang out and enjoy that together, because that's one of my favorite things. With that said, where the heck can we find you, Evelyn?
You can find me pretty much everywhere, Evelyn, sometimes, mostly on Twitch and Tumblr. Twitch Wednesdays and Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Come hang out.
Where can we find you, Tipsy?
You can find me at the Tipsy Tiger on TikTok and on Twitch. That's for cosplays or dating sim game playthroughs. You can also find me on the rapidly sinking Twitter app at Calf Caboodle. And you can find me here on Tuesdays. Oh, and find me on Coffee if you want to commission homebrew D&D one-shots in a fairy tale world.
Welcome in, hero. So glad you're here. Tatiana, Bonnie, where can we find you?
Hello. Here, obviously Tuesdays and Saturdays. As yes, we are going to be picking up Rime of the Frost Maiden. I'm super hyped. You guys can't see because it's dark now, but I have a setup for it. It's back there. So I'm super excited to be able to bring this to you guys. This is my first long-term, quote unquote, long-term campaign. So I'm really excited to get to share my version of jamming and storytelling with you. Other than that, though, you can find me here on Twitch Saturdays, Sundays, possibly another day during the week. Lots of puzzle games and Stardew Valley, and then occasionally pretending to be a vampire or a snowman with Duckburg and Randall.
Cherney, where can we find you?
Right now, you cannot find me anywhere except here on Tuesdays because I am on hiatus. I do other stuff other places, but it's all having a huge overhaul right now. So I'm here on Tuesdays. So
make sure to go to their Twitch to check out what they have in store for you when they come back. And Doofus, where can we find you?
Hi, you can find me on TikTok, Instagram as Doofus Domain Cleric, and hopefully sooner rather than later, you can find me on Twitch doing random things. I haven't quite figured out what that's going to be.
Welcome to the chaos that is Twitch streaming.
Randall, where can we find you?
You can find me, of course, here as your headmaster of the Magic Academy, but you can also find me over on Twitch and TikTok. I do my own little content, sometimes centered around D&D, sometimes not. But if you want to get to know me a little bit more, that's where you can find me. At
twitch.tv/magicsheeb. Give him the username.
Do we have commands for each of the shoutouts? We gotta do the thing.
Yes, we are all listed down below in the campaign. If you look at the campaign, you can select the name that you want to go look at, and then you can click on it. We also have command spin for everyone. And I will tag you guys next time in the little bio thing, because you can tag people on Twitch, and I keep forget to do that. So I'll make sure to do that next time. But we're here, we're queer, we're excited. So without further ado, we're going to head off and go spread some love to some other amazing content creators. While we do this, just double make sure I spell the name right. Grab those raid emotes, and I want you guys, remember, be kind to one another, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.